Welcome to Evil Live, the live media commentary show that answers the question, why would anyone bound a book in human flesh? Subscribe if you're new to the channel, because today we are live playing Eden Studios' Army of Darkness role-playing game with the episode Down with the Patriarchy, a continuation of our one-off episode called Don't Lose Your Head. I am your director today. Our cast members Steele, Jen, and Liam have found themselves plunged into a pond after falling out of a vortex created by a ritual from the Necronomicon, meant to banish the Watcher. The unintended consequences was that the vortex pulled our heroes and nearly everything else in and around the area of their campsite into the vortex as well. The heroes now find themselves in ancient Sumeria, some 3,000 years before the Common Era. Can we have the cast introduce themselves? Let's start with you, Jenna.
I played Jenna. Last time we did this, I thought I was supposed to introduce myself. Now I will introduce Jenna. She is a tattoo artist, and she's got a little secret that she's gonna hold on right here until it's right.
Right in her heart. Cockles of her heart. All right, Liam, can you introduce yourself?
Greetings. So I'm playing Liam, longtime classmate and friends of these other two lovely people. English professor, bit of a wade, wimp, bookworm, socially awkward, all that kind of good stuff. But when it comes to the crunch, produces the goods.
Yeah. All right, Steele, can you introduce yourself?
I'm Kirk Steele Miller. I'm the shit ass that kind of got us into this mess. I'm the one-handed welder that decided to take everybody out for the weekend to kind of do our once-a-year getaway, and may or may not have accidentally stayed at the wrong cabin in the woods.
Thanks, Steele.
No, that's my fault. It's
Okay.
like usual.
Just like usual. Well, it is early in the morning. The sun has not yet breached the horizon line, though it is casting a red hue over the scattered clouds in the sky. The smell of freshly dampened soil and vegetation permeates your senses as you examine your surroundings. In the distance, covered in shade from unnaturally swirling storm clouds overhead, is a massive ziggurat, which is a stepped pyramid. You're standing in a thigh-high pond with reeds thick around the shoreline. It looks as though this is part of a larger river swamp area that flows toward the structure to the east. On either side of the river are fields of grain as far as the eye can see, but you don't see any field workers. The silence of the moment is initially broken by the sound of mosquitoes beginning to swarm all around you. And something large has moved from the shoreline into the water that you're now standing in. As fear begins to raise the hair on the back of your neck, you hear a piercing scream. Ah! Through the air of the southeast, as a young boy sees you and all completely runs toward the large structure in the distance, just bolts it. Now, looking around your area, you see that ice shack all splintered and broken, like sort of half floating, half sunk into the pond. You see the corpses of all the deadites and all the people that you slain laying around, and you notice Bethany is face down in the water, just floating.
No.
Rush over to grab her, obviously, because we don't know if it's...
As you move over to sort of grab her and see if she's okay, she immediately lifts up literally out of the water and floats in the air a little bit. Her face is distorted by monstrous sort of angles and blood and guts. It looks like she's been floating in the water a little bit longer than she actually has been. And she screeches out, "Ah! You will not pay for my death! You will pay!" You notice that she has that dagger of Ereskagol sticking out of her stomach. She reaches and yanks it out, and we're going to roll some initiative. She succumbed to death. So initiative, just to remind you, it's going to be a D10 roll plus your dexterity.
I have a grand total of 9.
Wow. Look
8.
at you.
Well, I did better. I got 10.
The 8, 9, 10.
Look at the dice rolls I am. Look at me.
This. Steele got 10, and Jen got 8. And what did our friend Beth the Deadite get? 5. Okay. That helps.
we're going to dig in each. Before
Okay, Steele, you've dealt with these deadites. You've all known, you've seen her. Now she is clearly not the Beth that you knew and loved as a friend for years back from high school. She is out for blood. She wants to murder all of you. What are you going to do?
I mean, I want to steal that damn dagger that's sticking in her, because I feel like that's probably pretty damn important. So I'm going to try to tackle her ass.
Okay. So let's see. A grapple is going to be dexterity plus kung fu plus 2.
Alrighty, so we got... So I got a 9.
A 9 total? Like with your D10 roll?
Oh, fuck. Oh, sorry. I got a 10. God.
That's so much better.
That's nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I'm like, fuck this, I'm gonna get it. And then I tripped. It happens.
Well, we are wading through water up there.
Yeah, so you're like sloshing through water. You reach out. Now the truth is she is up in the air, floating above the water by about 6 to 8 inches, and she's just sort of like floating in the air with the dagger in one hand, ready to like fly down and stab someone. But in your attempt, now for everyone watching this, just as a reminder about the game mechanic, you generally add 2 of your stats, like a stat and a skill, and then you roll a d10, add it all together. Did you do the +2 that I told you about as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Holy shit.
Yeah, no, I straight up fucking rolled a 1. So yeah.
So success works on basis of levels in this. Your basic success is a 9, but if you're doing something contested, then you have to get over the other person's defense, as it were. In this particular case, your 10 is not enough, understandably. You don't fumble or anything, but you're just sort of trying to like half jump move through this little pond water that's, up to your upper thighs, sort of hip area. And it's very difficult for you to move and grab her. So that's your turn. We're going to Liam. What are you going to do?
I think I'm going to shoot her because this whole use a shotgun thing is quite easy. I don't. We've seen the state of my combat, so let's just fire the boomstick.
Okay, so is this a single barrel or a double barrel? Do you remember?
I think it's a double barrel, isn't it?
And was it? Were both of them loaded? Are you going to try to shoot them?
Yeah,
both
because
at
we
once?
were. Yeah, what the hell? Let's do that. Yeah,
Dexterity
'cause,
plus
get-
gun
get-
fu.
Get some spread.
Yeah.
So 33. Actually, have gun fu. Check that out.
Oh, you know what I didn't mention? I'm sorry. It's not going to change your ultimate roll, the outcome of your attack attempt steal. But the more people that are attacking one person, you get a +1 per extra person attacking that one. So, for example, if it's 3 deadites on just steal, then they each get a +3 to their attack. Because it's 3 heroes against Beth, you all get a +3. Just so you know. So,
What's that +2 thing? Is that different? I don't get that.
the one I just mentioned.
Yes.
So it's it's
I just
easier to
assumed-
hit someone when there's more people attacking them
All right.
because they can't move out of the way as easily. So just add the 3 to whatever you get out of your dexterity plus gun fu.
17.
Whoa, yeah. You level the shotgun right, like straight at her face, just unload. That's pretty gruesome. Okay, so let's look at the rifle is... Where's damage on this son of a bitch? Does anyone remember? Did I write it down somewhere?
No, I give up trying to read that rule book.
It's brutal, man.
That was painful.
Yeah. Yeah, it's straight up
It's
dangerous.
Yeah, I didn't make it very far.
All right, so
Oh,
let's
you-
see. Where's damage on this? It doesn't... Oh, bullet damage. Doubling the median vigil, skeletons, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't say the damn amount of damage. What kind of shit?
He won!
You have successfully won this game. All right.
Here, we'll switch the. Hang on. We'll use this system. Start looking up gunshot damage.
Moving forward, we
Maybe
have
more
to
sense.
use this. It says 16 rounds.
Give me
Use
practice for
rifle
Tuesday.
is, or 16 bullets, not rounds. It doesn't actually say. Oh, here it is. That's a rocket launcher, though. It can auto
that's
fire.
fine.
Page 1. Oh, that's all right.
This isn't Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
It's not far. All right, so rifle, 5 to 10 rounds. It's not a rifle, it's a shotgun. It does 20 points of damage per bullet. Okay, so you did 40 with the 2 of them, right? So they can fire automatic. So just make a note somewhere that each bullet is 20 for the basic hunting rifle. Okay, so 40 damage. You unload in her face. That reaches to a buckets of blood situation. So as soon as you pull that trigger, you just see this massive blast come out from the back of her head. Half of her face is completely splattered off, and blood just like splats down on, unfortunately, Steel, you were right there in front of her, just splats down on you, completely covering you in gore, but she is still up for some unholy reason. This creature is monstrous.
Oh, the hell.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Oh,
that
by the
was,
way, say no. Sorry, Ashley. Nothing personal, mate.
all right, Jen, you just see what happened. What do you do? She's screaming. There's this gurgling sound coming out of her throat because half of her face is busted apart. It's just like half her tongue's like lolling out of the side of her head.
Sick. Okay. Okay, I'm going to, I think, also shoot her.
Okay. Are you just using one pistol, or are you gonna go crazy with it?
I think I'll, do one of these. Right on the
You're
face.
just like, come on. Okay, so just so you know, you can unload a whole clip in 5 seconds, basically a turn. So you can fire as many bullets as you want. Just understand that you roll once, whatever that roll is, for each subsequent bullet based on recoil, it's a -1 for however many rounds you unload. So if you unload 3 rounds, it's -1, then -2, as you go on.
Okay, I think dual wielding one each is gonna
Okay.
be good. It's Dex and Gun Fu, you said?
Yes, ma'am.
16.
16 hits her, so you just pop. 2 bullets splatter into her
All right,
head.
hot fuzz, jumping.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Just so you know, the base damage for the pistol is 12 points of damage for the bullet. If that's not noted, just go ahead and note it now. And then let me see here. So 12, that's 24. 64 total. Holy shit. No. Yeah, 64.
64?
She is not down yet. Her head is like literally off of her body. It's just sort of hanging back by this sort of flap of skin. And it's really just from half of her head, like here, down, just lolling back. And she's just swinging, like stabbing, like Norman Bates in the shower scene of Psycho down on Steel because he's just right there doing her best. Steel, I need you to try to get out, like dodge or try to get away from her. So this is going to be, I forgot how, I just read through all this stuff too. So you need to use your sort of athletics and dexterity. What do we have here?
Who's got that spear?
Oh, what about
yeah.
medieval?
Shit, I forgot I had the spear. I may or may not have accidentally thrown out my sheet that had the notes from last time.
No.
I was just looking for it and sat down.
Where the frig's that bit of paper I had from last time?
Yeah.
So dexterity plus athletics is dodge. I don't know if you'd want to do like, I don't know, try to parry it, maybe with your stub, or I don't know if you're holding a spear, maybe parry it with a spear.
I don't have a stub, man. I got my multi-tool in my hand, so I can just like grab the front of the fucking knife as it's coming down.
So you're gonna try to parry it?
Yeah. Let's.
So
let's
dexterity
parry.
plus kung fu or dexterity plus getting medieval.
Okay, so let's say right away. fucking 9.
Oh no! Everything together. Wow. It's not doing well. You're doing your best. It just stabs right into you.
Yeah,
She ends up
whatever it happens.
So let me look at damage for this thing because it's double here. So it's strength -1 times 2. But because it's the dagger of Reskigal, that's 10. And the dagger does. Where's the dagger? Where's my notes for this motherfucking dagger? Here it is. Double. So it's 20 damage. She just like stabs it right into you. You actually feel it sucking life out of you and right out of the head. Because if you guys remember, the handle of it is like this little skeleton structure with a head at the very bottom of it. And its head is sort of open mouth, and blood is starting to flow out of it, the mouth of it, as if the dagger is sucking the blood out of Steel as it's just buried in him. And you just hear this blood and saliva, or like lung fluid is spurting out of the top of Beth's neck where her head used to be. All right, round 2. Steel, you're up. What are you doing?
What was the...
It was 20
what was
damage.
the damage I took?
20.
Okay, 20 damage. Whew, damn. Well, since I got nothing else to do and I'm getting stabbed, I'm going to try to hit her with my axe hand. So, let's see.
So that's going to be a getting medieval and combat maneuvers here.
Okay.
Melee is
so my
dexterity
axe,
plus getting medieval.
Let's see. Well, and I've also got the hard to kill, which is a +1. If I'm using so +1 because of survival.
Well, that's not for attacking. That's just because you're hard to kill, you have to do
no,
survival
Toolman.
tests.
Sorry, I was looking at Toolman. That's what I meant.
Gotcha.
So that's a +1 attack with attachments.
Yeah.
And then does the axe times 5 account? Well, no, 'cause I don't have 2 hands. Never mind. That's a stupid fucking useful note. Okay. So what was it? Dexterity and getting medieval?
Yep. Plus your D10.
All right. So that is 10, 13. So I got 14.
14. All right, you hack into her. What's the damage on that thing for an axe? Strength times 5. Sweet.
Okay. So that would be 30.
Okay. So you hack right into her chest, or like her neck. It sort of splits open as it goes deep into like the top of the rib cage, not quite down to the sternum, and her body just slumps down into the water and then just slowly sinks as you see this crocodile head come up, grab onto her corpse, and start spinning around, bringing it down further. This is like right in front of you. So I need you to give me athletics, dexterity, and athletics. Maybe it's acrobatics, or if you have sports or something to try to get the hell out of Dodge. But dexterity plus, and maybe kung fu if you have something.
Okay,
like that.
I'm gonna use kung fu because I don't have acrobatics or sports apparently. Even though it's a fucking football, what the shit is that? Okay, alrighty. So let's see, dexterity.
Maybe you weren't very good at it. You were just sitting on the bench.
All right, so I got a 13.
Okay, so you like pushing the water back, and you're trying to like do those high steps as people do through really high water to get away from this crocodile. And as it's spinning around and flopping, every once in a while it stops for a second to sort of relatch on and spin around. You notice that this does not look like a living gator. Not that anyone has any particular experience with gators, but the pieces of the scaly flesh are torn aside. You see a lot of like around the rim of the eye, like seeping blood, and the eye is sort of like fogged over as if it's not working or anything. You know, some of the arms are like scratched up and sort of mangled a little bit. It still seems very capable of tearing apart Beth, unfortunately. But ultimately, this thing is in here with you. So we're going to keep the same initiative. What are you going to do, Liam? Liam, can you hear me?
Oh, sorry.
He's in shock, man. He's just watching.
Yeah, I just like going. Right, I'm reloading, obviously, and we need to get the hell out of this water. We're not exactly at an advantage here. So while I'm reloading, I'm shouting, "Get to the shore! Get to the shore!"
Okay. So once again, you guys remember that all the different bodies are all around you. All the equipment, like the chainsaw, unless someone's holding on to it, it's like actively sort of floating or half sunken into the little pond space that you're in right now. There was like ice picks from the ice fishing barn that, you see like tents and stuff, like all your equipment that was once, in that sort of half torn down cabin that you were staying in. All of that's out here. You see some bricks from the fireplace, some, floating logs that you guys were using for firewood and stuff like that. So it looks like the vortex sucked literally everything up through that and just sort of spit it all out down here. You guys are quite lucky that nothing landed on you, or you didn't land on anything, sharp or anything. So, Liam, you're actively moving as you're reloading?
Yeah, I'm shouting to everybody as well to get to at least the edge of the water on the solid ground, so we've some chance. Because while we're in here, we've basically none.
Yeah.
It's got the advantage.
As you're looking around and trying to move, the water's sloshing around you. You see the little girl's head pop back up that was like sort of exploded out the back, that she was like attacking Jen back in your own time. And it almost looks like she's alive for just a brief moment, as it's this mask of horror and aggression is painted on her face, and this sort of death mask. But then she sinks back down into the water slowly, just sort of freaking you out for a second. And you can move all the way off, out of the river itself. You'll be through weeds at the end of your turn on this point, but you'll be out of the sort of the pond river space if you want to move that far.
Yeah, we need to get a bit of a vantage point because, like I said, we're in the middle of it, and that's got the advantage.
Yeah. All right, Jen, what are you gonna do?
I am going to make sure I have my tequila and the chainsaw.
The important
which
things
I'm pretty
in
sure
life.
were all in my hobo satchel, so I don't know if that fell near me.
Yeah, you can easily find it just by looking around. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to grab that and also retreat.
Okay. So you're sloshing through trying to get out of here, hoping there's no more than one crocodile or undead crocodile in this damn river space. As the croc is, really focusing on Beth's body at this point, there's no real fear of it attacking you guys, at least in the immediate future. Steel, what are you going to do?
I mean, I'm pretty damn close to that, so I'm hoofing it out too.
Okay. So you're all moving out of the river space. We're out of initiative at this point. Is there anything else you guys wanted to go back and sort of collect or try to get out of there? I mean, with all of the bodies.
Yeah, I'm grabbing a couple ice picks on the way out.
Yeah, what I wanted to do was not leave completely. I wanted to just get this solid ground so we could deal with this thing, because obviously if it's going to come towards us, we want to be in a better position.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to leave the area completely, but I want to get the better vantage point. Being in the middle of water with an alligator is not exactly sensible.
Maybe if you're a pussy.
Well, my character is a pussy, so it's all good.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, I would be a pussy too, to be fair. Okay, so you're moving out, and you can sort of survey the land a little bit better here from outside of it. It looks like this is actually part of a much larger river structure that is, gets really, really large the further north it goes. And the further south as you're looking, it sort of bends to the east a little, and it splinters off in a bunch of fractured spaces, creating a bit of a swampy area where you guys are standing right now. You don't see that kid who had ran toward the ziggurat structure, but you do see looming over that place, underneath the height of the ziggurat, more of a town or a village sort of built up around it. So it's sort of this, the whole city structure is this sort of pyramidal shape, ultimately. And then, the sound of the ravaging crocodile in the river, feasting on all the different sorts of bodies is actively happening. And you guys see crawling out of the weeds themselves 4 skeletons sort of slowly breaking through, and sort of look around. You can see some of the skeletons actually have like an eyeball or a little bit of fleshy, tendony, sort of muscly bone, attached to their bones and stuff. But most of them are just clean, just scraped up and just clearly dead. Maybe they were, from some sort of battle, or maybe they were just, victims of the crocodiles or something. But the literal skeletons are crawling up and alive. So I'm going to need to get a horror check from you guys. Jen, you actually have something called, what is it? Nerves of Steel. So this gives you a +4 versus fear. And so you're really not that afraid of what normally terrifies the average person. So this probably isn't going to affect you at all. But just remember you have that +4 for this horror check. So for these, it is, I believe it's a double will roll. So just take your, willpower. So double your willpower and then roll a d10.
Is Cameron frozen?
Who's? Oh, yeah, he
Cameron?
is. Cameron,
Did
come
we break
back
him?
to a steal. All right, so what'd you get, Jen?
14.
14. What'd you get?
I got 12.
12.
Oh no.
That's okay. That's enough. You succeeded by 2 successes. You're just like, oh my gosh, what the? I mean, they're skeletons, you know? You've never seen a living skeleton before. And Steel, we're hoping he's going to come back to us in a minute and we'll deal with his reaction. But once again, we are in an initiative situation because these skeletons don't seem to want anything other than human flesh. As they move toward you, what you can almost hear as if they're like speaking English. Like, and this is the other part that should be, you know, sort of throwing you for a loop. You clearly don't know where you are exactly. You know, the images that you're seeing are very strange. It hasn't really landed on your characters exactly that you're back in time. It's just, you know, you're in a strange place right now. Skeletons shouldn't be able to exist, let alone move on their own and speak in this manner. And so when they start speaking, it does throw you a bit for a loop. One of them is looking at the other three. I got a bone to pick with these ones. Let's go see if their tender flesh can handle our hard, rigid calcium deposits, huh? And the other ones are sort of looking back at him. That's a great idea. And they're all sort of moving toward you, all clunkety and, you know, clattery and stuff with their bones like clatter against their ribs and stuff like that. Really kind of goofy sounding. So let's roll some initiative.
Oh God, sorry, I fucking fell under the water. I got stuck on some shit or something.
You're back. Welcome back. So skeletons just crawled up out of the weeds, and they are intent on tasting your
God damn it, and I
delicious
missed
flesh. So it is initiative.
Wait, are you scared though? Would you roll?
Oh yeah, roll willpower doubled, please.
Willpower.
What's your homework?
God damn. So that would be. I rolled a 7.
Wow, Steel.
Sorry.
Okay, you are terrified seeing these poor little things. So you're put off stride. You're not paralyzed. You can act normally, but your initiative is lost, so it's as if you're just shocked and surprised at what the hell exactly is happening. So your initiative on this turn is going to be skipped, and then we'll just pick it up after that. Okay, so Jen, what did you get for initiative, please?
And that is Dex twice.
It's Dex plus D10, just once.
Oh, 7.
7. Okay. And what did you get?
I got 6.
Wow, we are just.
God, we're just fucking killing it.
Maybe you should have spent those experience points. All right, what the skeleton?
I had myself an extra strength, so I've got a grand total of 3 strength. So there you go. I'm Superman now.
So the skeletons are going to go after Jen at 7. So not quite 6. So I'm going to do a 6.5. They're just right between you two. All right, so Steel, you lost your turn because you're just like, oh my, what the? They're sort of freaking out. Jen, you see skeletons rising from the river coming toward you. There's 4 of them.
So they seem intelligent, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, as, you know, much as...
As
undead.
intelligent as Deadites can be.
Yeah.
I'm trying to decide if I want to try to seduce them.
Oh, I'm not entirely sure they would respond to human seductions. But you're more than welcome to try.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like, hey, baby.
Hey, what an impressive group of voters.
I'm attractive. It says so on my sheet.
True.
Okay. I don't really have anything great ranged against skeletons because they're kind of full of holes.
Yeah.
So, what kind of weapons did you say they had? Spears?
These weapons, it looks like I didn't mention it actually. It looks like they're carrying these like really heavy bronze swords. So they're rusted, and you know it's just like almost like a club at this point.
Okay, I'm gonna aim for the most bony part, I guess, of the skeleton and try to shoot it with one of my guns.
Are you gonna use one bullet or two or what?
One, I'm just gonna, this is kind of a test to see what happens.
Okay.
So it would be Dex gun.
Gun fu. Let me just make sure here. Where the hell is gunshot? Is dexterity plus gun fu? Yes.
Okay. 11.
Wow. With your D10 roll and everything?
Yeah.
So you see the bullet go right through rib bones and just right throughout the back and just not even hit him at all. It just sort of disappears in the reeds behind them.
I turn and I go, they can't be shot.
They're impervious to bullets. All right, so now it's their turn. Each of them are going to approach one of you separately, and the second one, let's see, 2, 4, 6, is going to go after Jen because she's so attractive.
Yeah, I knew it. I should have seduced them.
You totally should have. Okay, so you're only going to be able to defend against one attack per turn. So I just need you to give me a however you want to defend on this here. So it's going to be dexterity plus acrobatics or dexterity plus kung fu, or it's moving up to you and it's going to slice at you.
Okay, I am going to use my tequila bottle to back away.
You're going to try to parry it?
Yeah, so it'll be a dex plus
Kung fu.
I keep wanting to say gun fu, but that's not right. I'm not using. Wait, if I use my gun, no.
Just shoot it.
13.
13. All right, you successfully using it. You just block, like smack the sword as it's coming down. It's like, hey, I'm supposed to kill you, bitch. Come on. And the other one, because you can't, unfortunately, defend against two different attacks in the same turn, he moves in and he just sort of stabs you in the side. That's 14 damage automatically. And he brings it back out. I wonder if you could fill us with the blood. We need all of your blood. All of it inside of us now. Just acting crazy. All right, the next skeleton goes up toward you, Steel. You're just shocked and afraid because you lost your turn. You're not able to defend against it. He just moves up, slashes you for 14 damage. He's like, yeah, gasping awed, my beauty, you dirty son of a bitch. I was going to take that hand. Why'd you let someone else get to it first, huh? And then Liam, you get to a defend against this, so you can either try to parry or dodge, or how do you want to get out of this?
Well, I've got the shotgun in my hand, so I'll use it to parry, I suppose.
Okay. Dexterity gun, kung fu.
Right. It seems to be if I'm not shooting, I'm like.
You do pretty good when you're not trying to do something.
So that was a grand total of 7.
Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yep.
Okay, it's you like move the shotgun up, and he went down and just sliced into your stomach a little bit. You got 14 damage, and you got this nice cut going across the center part. He's like, I want to gut you. I want to see if I can weigh your guts. I haven't had them for a long time. Are your guts good? Do you have a good digestive system? Do you have a lot of incontinence?
Do I?
I get it.
God. Oh.
He's like trying to claw in and get in there. Okay, back at the top, Steel. It is your turn.
All right.
Oh, I'm sorry, Liam. It's your turn. to act because you defended.
Okay,
You didn't actually act.
And just both barrels right at it. Go
Bring
on,
it up to
right
him.
at Dennis.
Like, no, wait! Didn't you hear? Guns don't work against us.
We'll find out. Right. Dexterity, 6. 10. Jesus Christ.
10. That's not enough. Apparently guns don't work against these things. You're doing your best, but he's moving around, he's trying to cut at you, and you're trying to get out of the way, and he just did slice open your stomach, so you're just a little bit off as you unload, and the blast goes right by him, just sort of scattershotting into the
Kind of
wind.
the side of a barn door, bloody hell. Close range with a shotgun.
You missed it. You're literally right in front of this dude. Oh, man. All right, so Steel, you are up.
All right, so I'm gonna grab.
Those rounds were wet. We'll just get it.
That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
It's not your
That's
terrible.
That's slightly less embarrassing than not being able to hit somebody like point blank. Let's go with that.
Okay.
Give me some
I'll buy
dignity
that for $1.
before I die.
All right, so I'm gonna grapple this son of a bitch because there's no getting away since he's got his knife in me. So that is 11. God damn it.
So let's see. Grapple is dexterity plus kung fu plus 2. And it's resisted by their dodge. 11 is unfortunately just under what you needed. So you're trying to grab at it. It's like, hey, I don't like boys. Get away from me. Stop. Stop it. It's like moving out of your way. All right, Jen, you're up.
I have a question about resistance pain 3. Each level of this quality reduces the penalty associated with severe wounds and adds to any consciousness test. So would I take 3 less damage from that last I took, or no?
You might have. Can you let me look at this really quick, just in the rule book. So let's see. Resistance. Each
I'm gonna
level
want to
reduces
say
the
I'm
penalty
bleeding
associated
out.
with
3
severe
really
wounds
matters
for
right now,
consciousness test.
okay?
So that's really only for when you have to survive versus bleeding out. So if you take over 30 damage, once you get to 0, you don't actually die. You have to start like saving versus bleeding out and stuff. In this particular case, you're not affected when you get damaged heavily. It looks like you just take the damage. And so as far as like a consciousness test to see if you pass out, you add that to it.
Okay. Dang it. So I see that bullets do not work on them. That's been tested twice now.
It's just a fact.
But my tequila bottle did a really good job.
You
So
try to bludgeon it?
I got 2 next to me, right?
Yeah.
Ish. I'm going to definitely try to hit one as hard as I can, but also try to knock him into his friend and like as hard as I.
All right. So we're going to use that as an improvised melee weapon. That's dexterity plus getting medieval. What if it breaks and you lose all your tequila?
That'd be really sad. 12.
A 12 does, in fact, hit him. It's not enough of a success to knock him back at all, but you do bash him across his little bony skull. He's just like, hey, if you want to share a drink, all you got to do is ask. Damage for that is going to be, we're just going to do like a blunt weapon here. A small blunt weapon is strength times 3.
Ooh.
It's actually really
6.
good for a blunt. 6. Where's their life points? Okay. So you smack it, it sort of knocks it. He gives that quip about sharing a drink with you, but it doesn't really seem to do much to him. The bottle does stay intact. Okay, so then it's their turn. So he comes back at you after you sort of bash him on the side of the head. He's like, I'm going to take your hand off for that one. You and your buddy friend here are going to have matching stubs. I need you to defend against the first. Do you want to try to parry or do you want to dodge?
Dodge.
Okay. So dodging is dexterity plus acrobatics, or getting medieval, or kung fu, whatever you prefer.
14.
Okay, yeah, you easily get out of the way, and he swings the sword over you, and just then the second one comes up and stabs you in the gut. You take 14 damage from that one.
Oh boys! Oh
and-
boys!
At that exact
Oh,
moment,
no.
you see that undead crocodile crawl out of the river through the reeds, and its head is just this massive, massive, monstrous head looking up, one dead eye sort of focusing on the general area that you're all fighting these skeletons in. And it starts to just slowly lumber up toward you guys, one little broken foot at a time. The skeleton on you, Liam, is going to strike out at you. You can try to, dodge or parry.
Yeah, let's try dodge.
Okay, so that's acrobatics, getting medieval, or kung fu with dexterity.
Oh, watch out. Right, I don't have acrobatics, I don't have kung fu. What was the other one?
Getting medieval.
I don't have that either. Holy shit. Right. God. Is there, well, I might get a 10. You never know. Just,
You could do
no.
it. You can do it. Ah! I got you, nerd! Come on, the Watcher wants you dead. I'm gonna do the job. You're like,
Oh, wait a minute. A 0. A 0's a 10, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. My apologies. It's 10. I got a 10.
So what's
Right,
the total?
okay. So just 10.
Oh,
That's it.
just 10. You don't have
Yeah, that's
dexterity.
just I have nothing. My character's
What's
my
your
character is
dexterity?
feeble. Dexterity's 3.
So it's 13 total.
Oh right, sorry. I thought you said. Oh right, yes. Sorry, none
Okay,
of the
so
other
13
attributes.
is enough for you
13.
to parry his attack. So don't worry about that damage. You're like backing up, like, no, I don't want to die. And you sort of use the butt of the shotgun to knock the sword away. It's this big, lumbering, heavy bronze sword, so it doesn't really notch the stock of the rifle at all. But it is just the weight of it. So you're pushing him off, and it seems like he's just encroaching in on you. And then you see that gator, undead alligator, also sort of crawling out toward the mass of everyone. Steel, the skeleton on you is going to attack. Do you want to parry or dodge or anything?
Can I use a drama point when I'm parrying?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try to throw his ass at the gator because I just saw that son of a bitch coming up. And I know
Well,
I
know
can't.
that this isn't an attack. This is just you
Oh,
getting out
okay.
of the way of his.
Okay, so this is me getting out of the way.
This is
Yeah.
this is at the moment. It's run like fuck.
Yeah, all right.
Well,
Yeah, I'm gonna parry because he's right up on me, so it's like dodging is almost pointless.
Yeah, for sure.
All right,
So that's dexterity plus kung fu or getting medieval.
Okay. So I got a 9.
Wow, yeah, he cuts right into you. You try
Okay.
to sweep aside. He just pushes it, further aside and like shoves the knife or the sword into you. You just feel this really thick, heavy blade cut into the side of your stomach here, narrowly missing your liver. You get 14 damage. How are you doing, by the way? Because you've been taking.
I'm fucking doing bad. Let's see. I can't do math this early.
Is this one we need to lose?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Sometime.
I don't know. He's just
So
beginning.
I'm at fucking 17.
Left. Okay.
Oh, that sounds
yeah, you're right.
lovely.
Yeah.
So you
So
can
I
take 2 more hits
barely-
like this before you're dead.
Yeah, I'm barely hanging on by a thread.
What?
Yeah, 1.
What?
Okay, so that was the skeleton's turn. Liam, and you're up.
Shit. I'm running. I'm getting out. Going back.
You're just where are you going to run to?
Shit. We can't rally at all, can we? No, we're nowhere to rally to.
Yeah,
I'm scanning around. Like,
you're
I'm nervous. I'm
unfamiliar
just
with
scanning around.
everywhere.
We're in raids. There's nowhere actually. There's no like rise or island or bit of
Well,
solid ground anywhere.
You know there's solid ground beyond the reeds because you could see the fields of wheat up, beyond them, and you're sort of up on more solid ground than you were when you were deep in the water. So if you want to continue up onto the landmass itself out of the reeds entirely, then you can totally do that.
right? I'm just going to scream, guys, get the hell out of this! Run! Get up here! And I'll point and start heading, to the high ground.
The skeletons are screaming after you. Wait a second! Come back! We're not done with you yet! The Watcher said we were supposed to take your souls! We need your souls! And I wanted your guts! Come back here with my guts!
Fucking get your own guts, you bastards!
Okay, you're
Right,
running away.
so does everybody hear me? I'm screaming like, get the fuck up here!
Yeah,
run!
they can definitely hear you.
Yeah,
We're running.
Yeah, fortune favours the bold and all that, but I know what I'm kind of going to end up mincemeat, so...
Right. That's Steel, man. You are up.
Now, to use the really
Because
big
they're not
chin
grappling.
option- What?
Isn't that right? None of us are actually in grapple or
No, they're
being
just
held,
cutting.
so they can bug out. Just completely disengage.
I mean, if I can't use the really big chin option, then yeah,
You
I'm
can
just gonna
definitely use
run.
it. Yeah.
Now, question with that, because I don't remember from last time, is it half of total points or half of life points that I have currently?
Okay, so there's a couple different ways. Once per session, you can restore half of another character's life points, just as if that cast member had spent a drama point.
Oh yeah, so that's on somebody else. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind. So I won't use that. Yeah, I'm just gonna hoof it. I gotta get the fuck out. I'm barely hanging on.
Come back! Don't leave me! I need you! He's like tries to like lumber after you a little bit. Okay, so you're heading out for your turn. Jen, you're up.
I am also retreating.
Like, fuck this noise.
Yeah.
All right. The skeletons are clearly a little bit upset that you guys are running away. You see the crocodile get close enough to the skeletons that latches on to one of them and brings it down. And you see it start pounding on it. The other skeletons turn toward it, and they start like swinging their swords trying to cut the damn creature up. You're not supposed to be attacking us! You're supposed to be attacking them! The Watcher said to kill them! Kill them! As you guys are just running away from the madness. You get buried into a bunch of this field of wheat or rye or some sort of tall grain. Your heads barely get over it. This is a little bit of a, not quite a full-on Children of the Corn situation, but not too far away from it, where you're just sort of running in a direction with stuff like smacking you in the face through these sort of, fields and rows. You get to a point where exhaustion is starting to kick in. You're clearly far away from anything that you would need to, deal with over near the river. You can still hear the sort of like cacophony of clanging and screaming and stuff as the alligator is focusing on the bones of these skeletons. But other than that, you feel as safe as you could possibly feel at this moment.
Guys, Jen, stay. Where the hell are you? Can you hear me?
So you're all in the same general area with each other. If you want to do dexterity plus notice, I'm sorry, not dexterity. Perception plus notice, any success will give you that. So 9 or above, you'll be able to see each other.
7. Fucking, I'm just...
Just like, grains of like wheat in your eye. Like, I can't see.
Guys, where are you? I can't find you. Good. Stop this place. Where the hell?
What'd you get, Jen?
What? 15.
15? Okay, yeah. You see him. You see Liam doing his best to try to find people, but he's sort of panicked. And Steel, what did you get?
I got 12, so I can see him. I'm kind of giggling under my breath while he's getting smacked in the face right now.
Okay. So, what do you guys do? I mean, you're sort of in the middle of nowhere.
I'm going to go calm my friend down and be like, we're right here.
What the hell was that?
And I need somebody to help me, like, not be dying.
All right, so I'll go and use the really big chin on you. So that's
I don't
half
know
your
if that's worth it, though, because I have 1 hit point. So what are you going to get me back?
Right.
Like, how do
you have
you
1
do
hit
it?
point left.
Yeah.
He can heal half of your missing hit points with his ability.
Oh, missing hit points.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you meant, like, I thought it was the half of what you have.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, now you now have 1.5 hit points. Congratulations.
There's my one per session.
I'm going to survive this adventure by default at the moment, not due to any skill.
Missing 44 hit
I have
points.
no,
Oh my gosh.
I have no healing skills whatsoever. Oh wait, hold on. I've got Doctor too.
Yeah.
Can I use that?
Yeah, let's see what that does for you.
Right, so we've obviously got ourselves into a bit of clearing. Let's patch each other up and
You said it's Doctor 2?
Doctor too, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, the skill.
you have 2 in Doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
was looking
two
at someone else.
Doctor skills.
All right, let me see where Doctor is. Skills. So, an intelligence and Doctor roll is used to treat injuries. Each success level restores 1 life point of damage. The victim also does not lose any more life points from bleeding and such. So, I'm going to need you to do that for everyone that has taken damage.
Right. So
Intelligence plus Doctor. And
who'll
you want it
go
as high.
for who's for Jen? Go for Jen first.
Sure.
13.
Nice. That's 3
That's
successes. That's
better.
3 life.
Right,
Three
and
life.
then still. Nah, 10.
10, that's 1 success level. You get 1 hit point back. But you're no longer openly bleeding from all those slash cuts. So that's good. Just as a reminder to you, Steel, you have toughness. So if it's a blunt attack, not a slashing or piercing attack, you resist automatically 4 of those damage each time. Just because you're a tough dude. But
fucker,
these
alright.
are all slash attacks. So these are not affected by that.
Okay.
Just for
Okay,
future.
yeah, that's blunt. Okay,
Shit,
gotcha.
a bit of damage. Suppose kind of self first aid.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's close to masturbation, but not quite.
11. So just so I'm not
Okay.
openly bleeding anymore. So
For sure. That's 2 success levels. So you get 2 hit points. Okay, so everyone seems to be as healthy as they possibly can be in this moment of pure insanity. And just sort of recapping what just happened, you literally fell out of the sky into, moments ago, you were attacked by deadites, then sucked into the sky, then dropped into a pond, and then suddenly you were attacked by Beth, your lifetime best friend, and these crazy skeletons. There's a fucking undead alligator near you. Like, what the hell is going on? Where are you?
right. Just an inventory check. I've got my shotgun, got a backpack with bits. I've obviously got the book and some shells.
So as soon as you look for the book is actually missing.
Oh shit.
You know the
It's gone.
pocket that it was supposed to have been in, and it is
Yeah.
not there at all.
Ah, shit, guys, it's gone.
Now that is your ticket home, if there has ever been a ticket home. Now, if you remember from Chet, the promised one that saved you guys from the fisherman, and then subsequently got killed by the Spear of Destiny, he told you that there were missing pages that he was looking for. So not only are now you missing the Necronomicon itself, but there's still pages missing, and the only way that you could even imagine of getting home would be with that book.
Okay.
Well,
Guys,
fuck.
what the hell just happened?
Steel, did you do really pin on me, or did I gloss over that?
No, you did. I did. I gave you half your missing life points.
So what did you say to her to try to boost her up?
Yeah. Well,
Oh, nothing, man. I just fucking looked at her and the light was hitting me just right. It was a silhouette behind my head. She got the vapors for a second. It was my aura that healed her.
Beautiful.
I just looked at her and winked.
So I feel
Ding.
better.
how much better?
All right. All right.
I
Maybe
have
it's the
that effect.
tequila. Maybe there's love in the air. All right. So let's role play. What's happening? What are you guys doing?
Yeah, I'm just like, guys, what the hell just happened?
We don't have to go back in the water, do we, to find that fucking book, right?
I
I don't know if I got it in me, man.
I don't think I want to do that either. That's hell. Where are we? This isn't the campsite.
You sure? There wasn't a pyramid at the campsite. I thought there was a pyramid.
I'm pretty sure there wasn't.
Back there.
No, I'm pretty sure I remember a pyramid.
So
Yeah.
can I get an intelligence plus a knowledge check from you, Liam?
11.
11. So just in your head, you're thinking, in South America, ziggurats are still, ruins from like Maya and Inca civilizations. That was a thing there, though. This probably doesn't look much like South America. Maybe somewhere in Egypt or the Middle East, there's other sort of ziggurat structures. The idea of going back in time, though, probably hasn't really sunk in your guys' head at this point. But you know that, one, you're no longer in the area that you were, and these ziggurats are a function of ancient peoples, not modern men,
Yeah. Has this vortex thrown us somewhere else completely? Are we in Egypt or somewhere? Fucking.
Do they have walking, talking, fighting, sassy skeletons in Egypt?
Well, they're not meant to have walking, talking, sassy skeletons in North America, but apparently so. That's
I don't
alright.
remember seeing them where I grew up. So
I don't
we
think
have to be either in Egypt or Canada, one of the two.
But I did notice that the snout of the crocodile, hence why I know it's not an alligator, was slightly more raised. So they're not common, obviously,
Fucking nerd.
in North America. So I'm suspecting that we're possibly
Smart
in the
motherfucker.
vicinity of the now. I couldn't quite, unfortunately, due to the flesh falling off it, I couldn't quite determine its shape as the. I don't think it was an Australian saltwater crocodile anyway.
Again, not the issue.
We don't know. Maybe that's relevant.
I just start rambling on
Wrong
about the
thing.
characteristics of crocodilians and their genome and species, and I just start nerding out, and this is just me releasing the madness that I've just witnessed. I'm babbling now, and and normally the ecosystem, we'll have this. I could tell if I could see any birds, but we haven't seen any, and this vegetation. This is well, this week, and I pick a bit of it and start looking. That's pretty common. It could be anywhere. I'm just babbling.
Yeah. Steele, he seems to just almost have short-circuited in a way. Just, you guys are friends, though. When he sort of gets on a roll and he's sort of, beside himself for some reason, he can just go off on rants. Can I get a perception plus notice roll from you, please? And you as well, Jen.
Wait, perception plus notice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah. I got an 11.
Okay.
So I did notice that the crocodile or alligator, whatever, I kind of zoned out on his rant because why the fuck would I listen to that? I did notice that it had an old-timey mustache, so it's like maybe we're not where we should be.
I got a 19.
Not a
A
monocle.
19?
Did I see a monocle? Yeah.
A 19? Oh my gosh. You're the only one that notices this. As they're like quipping about ancient crocodiles and species and cultures and monocles and mustaches, you can see the grain in the perimeter all around you moving as if it's being like pushed aside, and it's closing in on you. A circle of the grain is closing in on you.
I'm going to grab them by the shirts, pull them close to me, and say, guys, we're in a Jurassic Park 2 situation. We gotta go.
I never made it through the first
Go.
one.
You gotta be like, I didn't watch that. What does that mean? I don't get the reference.
Wait, is that the one where they get lost in the city?
Before that.
That wasn't as good as the first one. Why would you watch that? That was just a cheap remake.
Yeah, you're dealing with idiots.
I'm going to pull them. We're
Um,
pulling them through away from that.
Okay, so as you're pulling, you're like dragging them, and they're just sort of talking, trying to figure out what the hell is going on, what you're talking about, and they're still, in the back of their head, they're still kind of thinking about the skeletons and the alligator and where they could possibly be. as you're moving in one direction, you run into that directions of the circle that was closing in on you, and you see a bunch of robed men with spears like closing in, and as soon as you come into view, they just start shouting, "Don't badai! So badai! Badai!" And they're like threateningly like angling the spears toward you, but they're not actively attacking you. They're just like yelling incomprehensible words at you. They're all, very dark brown skin. The robes that they're wearing looks like at one time they were nice, sort of linen. At this point, they're all completely caked in dried blood and sort of gross.
We're definitely in Canada.
They say A. They're holding like brews. Anyway, they don't look dead. Like they have a healthy glow to their flesh, but they are very angry, and you guys suddenly find yourselves surrounded. You see one of them put the spear back behind him and pull out some ropes and like motions towards you as they're all shouting at you. There's approximately like 14 of them. I mean, you are well outnumbered.
Okay, so definitely not fighting them.
Oh.
So I was gonna pull out my spear as well, but yeah, I think I can take out one of them before I die.
Yeah.
Okay. I kind of snap out of it. I'm like, oh, I knew we were in Egypt or somewhere.
They're just like, oh man, don't mind die, don't mind die.
Shway sway. Salam alaikum.
Can I get an intelligence and knowledge check from you, Liam? If you two want to check as well, Steel and Jen, you can. I'm not sure you're gonna, unless you get like a perfect roll or something.
13.
You don't know what I know? I know Jurassic Park 2, bitch.
10.
Got 13.
10, 13. What'd you get, Steel?
I got 9.
Okay. So this sounds like an ancient dialect. You're not 100% familiar with it, but connecting it back with when you were reading the Necronomicon, it does like that. Those are the sounds of the words that you are reciting. So you must somehow be in an area similar. Chet had told you that it was, constructed in Kandar in ancient Samaria. So you can put 1 and 2 together and think, okay, well, maybe it transported us here again. Now, the other side of this is you both have, Jen and Liam, you have photographic memory. So you can recall what you read in the book, but Jen, because you don't speak the language as well, it's going to be more difficult for you to sort of interpret the information therein. But Liam, you do seem to have some sort of memory of one of the passages about understanding different languages, but you would need more information from that book or some time to really reflect in order to effectively use that spell. You could probably belt out a couple words.
I'm trying to remember my modern of Arabic from like 15 years ago. Like,
yeah.
Strange way, man, public. Aye.
So as you're sort of now, your mind is working in the sort of language zone there, you can pick up little pieces, and they're saying prisoners, you're getting like rope, just these little words coming here and there as you're sort of like reflecting on that.
Guys, I don't think they're going to kill us yet, but they're not happy. I don't know if we should fight or go with them. What's the worst option here? We're go back there, or
a word for like stop or halt or wait or anything like that from the book?
Give me an intelligence and let's see. Yeah, let's do an intelligence perception to see if you can recall that, or maybe notice if that's better for you. But one of those two.
And I also, so 17, but I get a plus because I have photographic memory. So 18?
Do you only have a 1 in photographic memory? You have a 2, so you can add 2. So that'll be fine. So 18 or 19. Either way, yeah, you do seem to recall. You're like, oh, wait, it's, just whatever you think it would be.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am going to call out to them that word and like put my hands out and try to make them stop.
Okay, they're sort of start muttering amongst each other. What do you want? I don't think
I don't think you roll influence. Let me roll.
What's that?
Roll influence.
Well, you're telling them to stop, and they're not aggressing. You know, they're not like trying to stab you or anything. They're just looking at each other like, "Oh, you know, she's said a word that we understand." You know, they're sort of like questioning each other. But in either case, the guy with the rope is still moving up, and he's like presenting the rope as if to, you know, like wrap it around your arms. He's like sort of motioning to your hands, you know, for you to put your arms up to each of you.
Fine.
So if you
What do
don't
you guys wanna do?
resist, he's going to literally like reach out, grab your arms, and start wrapping the rope and tying it really tight around each of your wrists.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna let him do that.
Okay, so as you're like resisting and stuff, you see the other people with the spears moving in and getting, you know, much closer. You can tell that if they're going to attack, if you don't let them wrap you up. Well, not wrap you up, but tie up your hands.
Fine, but they have to
Yeah.
make it sexy.
They have to what?
They have to make it sexy.
They shoot.
That's when I step in and I grab the rope. I'm like, look, I'm trained in Shibari, so let me do this.
Are you
She ends
safe?
up all like wrapped.
Yeah, it's a little bit more than her hands, but god damn it, somehow I managed to do it with just one
But
hand and a
it's
pair
sexy.
of pliers. Me, I don't give a shit. I'm like, whatever, go ahead and tie me up. I can take this fucking prosthetic off and get out if I have to.
That's true. They just tie up the stub, and you just easily just slip it right out.
Well,
so
this part is too, like part of the plier part. It cuts through shit, and because it's oversized, I could easily cut through the rope if I have to get out in a pinch.
yeah, well, you can tell as he's tying you up, he's like pointing at your, you know, the sort of weird Swiss Army knife attachment you have on your hand, like talking with everyone else, and they're just like, they've never seen steel before. They don't understand, you know, metal molecular alloys and, you know, shit like that. They're in the Bronze Age. So you have something that's like futuristic and alien to them. And then like guns, as you guys are tied up, they're like looking at these long, tall things. You see one of them like pick it up, look in the barrel, like stick his fingers in it and stuff, and he's like smelling it and like sticks his tongue in. They're like passing it around each other as you're all tied.
Hey, Jesus Christ, take her to dinner first.
You don't just finger a shotgun hole. What's wrong with you? So they're guiding you toward the massive ziggurat in the city at its base, and you know, basically it's, you know, 5 people on either side of you and a couple at the front and back, and they're not really worried about you trying to escape because 1, they think you're tied up really well, and 2, you're well outnumbered. You know, they can, and you're wounded. They can clearly see that you've been in, you know, damaged and stuff. But they're sort of talking. Jen and Liam, you're getting tiny words here and there. You hear something about holy and something about rite. You know, like ritual rites. You're hearing something like city. You know, you're just getting these weird little pieces of language as you finally exit out of this field of wheat and stuff, and you starting to see like little farming settlements, but you don't see any people in them. They're like run down. This looks like it's a place that's been abandoned in some way for some time. As you get closer and closer to the city, that, again, remember, you've been traveling at this point for probably about an hour. It was like 20, 30 minutes that you were dealing with all the craziness back there before you were sort of surrounded and taken prisoner. The sun has yet to come up. It's still at the exact same position, you know, sort of glowing against the sky, the alpenglow look, but it's not actually risen at all, and it should have by all rights. And then this massive swirling vortex, sort of storm clouds around the ziggurat temple that you're getting closer and closer to. It's just perpetual. You know, you see like little lightning strikes through the clouds. Nothing's coming down out of it, but it's just all swirling over the actual pyramidal structure itself. As you guys yeah.
As we're traveling, I want to try and say how long, and point at the vortex.
You're like, oh, how long?
Yeah,
Okay, well, give me
basically how long has it been there? How, you know?
Okay, so let's do languages and intelligence to see if you can communicate.
12.
Okay. They
So it's
sort
like,
of,
you know what I mean? It's like pigeon language. I'm trying to, because I'm picking up words, I'm trying to like gesture and a word here, not like sentences or anything, just like long, here, long, how long, just some sort of gesture. How long's that thing been there?
you can see them sort of, like the ones right next to you, paralleling you, are sort of looking at you, trying to speak, and they look at what you're trying to point to. They're like, Oreskagal, Oreskagal. This is some sort of name. They're not entirely sure if you're referring to the structure, or the storm, or an abstract idea. They're not really comprehending exactly what you're saying, but the answer that they give is Oreskagal. From your knowledge, that was an ancient Sumerian god. Just from your occult knowledge. So, whatever that may mean, as you get further and further into the town and city, you're starting to see blood painted on walls. Let's see. You see these sort of word structures like Eli Baltuti Ima Idu Mituti and Dalku. And this is just sort of like scrawled across, like tagging, sort of buildings that have been abandoned. And again, you're deep in the city at this point, headed right toward the ziggurat itself. In the skies, way up in the sky, you're seeing flying deadites sort of swirling around as if they're some form of guards or something. You don't see anything on the ground. You don't see any people other than these robe-wearing, sort of prison guards, as it were, because they've captured you. And they're just sort of herding you toward the base of the ziggurat, which has this huge step structure going up to the top, but they take you to the one goes down into the actual base of the structure. Can I get an intelligence and knowledge check from Liam and Jen to see if you can decipher those languages that you saw tagged on the buildings?
12.
Okay.
11.
So both of you can, reflect back on the passages, and you can kind of piece together that, the longer one was the dead will be more numerous than the living, and then the single word dalku was demons. So it seems like whatever happened, the Deadites have taken over this town, and you don't know if this is a freedom fighter group that is sort of taking you down, or if they're working for the demons, or if they are the ones that control the demons. You're sort of unclear about that, but you know that this town had fallen, or this city structure had fallen to these demons at some way. As you get down, they lead you into a sort of a jail cell type structure. You see a lot of just regular humans, like farmers and stuff, farmhands and stuff. And you notice, and they're all in these cells. They're sort of laying on hay and covered in filth. It looks like there's tons of cuts all around them. They're barely clinging to life in most cases, completely emaciated and just sort of laying down as if it's some sort of Holocaust survivor experience. You see the little boy that you had initially seen scream and run away from you. He's sitting outside of the cages. It looks like he's eating some sort of like porridge or sort of oatmeal something, like almost as if he was rewarded for having told these people about you. As you guys are all filtered into a large cell together, you see one female in there. Jen, as you're looking at this female that's sort of emaciated and laying down, you get this flash image. She looks exactly like your mother, like exactly, except the clothing, of course, but like you're getting this weird flashbacks of your actual mom as you're being forced into here. All of your gear is thrown in a pile outside of the cell itself, and just sort of in a pile because they don't know what any of that stuff is. They don't know their weapons or anything like that, so they just sort of drop it down as if it was garbage. Not worried about
Tequila break?
You did not hear a shatter at all. So maybe you're good.
Good, she still has her spinach.
Yeah. You need your strength. Anyway, the girl doesn't even really look up at you at all. She just sort of like goes into a little bit more of a fetal position on this side and just sort of, wraps up within herself to try to stay away from you all as you're all sort of pushed in. So all of your physical possessions are gone except for your hand steel. They don't understand what the hell that is. And they didn't they sort of see it as like this weird magic. They don't really want to touch it even. But as soon as you're inside, they untie you, and then they just sort of lock the cell with these massive ropes, like these really big old fat thick ropes. Most of the bars are made with this sort of brass, sort of crude metallic framework. And then other than that, it's reinforced with wood. And there's straw all over the ground. And again, you're just hearing moanings of the other prisoners, and you're just sort of sitting in here in the cell.
Well, fuck. What now, kids?
I think we need to get out of this. Did they check?
We can sit down and
search our
sleep,
pockets
too.
or anything?
They went through your clothing and stuff, yeah.
Is there anyone around who looks like aware of what's going on and can speak to us, like one of the other prisoners who's not just dead?
You can try to talk to the other prisoners, yeah. I mean, they all look.
Did the guards
hurt.
leave?
From where you guys are in here, you can see the majority of the 14 of them that had brought you here have left. You do notice that there are some, there's this really kind of gross, heavy set, boil-ridden sort of guard that's sort of sitting down next to the boy, and he's sort of like eyeing the boy, a little more appreciatively than possibly he should be. But, other than him and the boy, it's just the other prisoners in the cells and you.
Ooh. Liam, you should try to seduce the guard.
I second that.
Yeah, Liam, you should.
Right, okay.
And it seems to be open-ended.
Oh, boy.
So I've got attractiveness, but the problem is I'm socially awkward and nerd. This could go either really well or really badly.
I think you're attractive.
I was thinking more steel just cut through the rope.
I mean, the guard is right there,
the
where are you
guard's
go
right
once
there. He's
you're...
gonna see
So I'm
me
like,
trying
right.
Not that distracted by that little boy.
So I'll be like, I'll distract them. Can you make it so in motion? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got it.
Right. So I'll sort of
Okay.
sort of psych myself up, nervous as hell, like me and flirting and stuff. My character just like nah. So sort of go over, step away from the door to the bars, and sort of try and wink and smile at the guard.
Okay.
Right, what am I doing with this?
What are we gonna use for this?
Good.
Uh,
Influence.
I mean, definitely influence. But what attribute should we use?
Well, what do you use attractive? I've got attractiveness 4.
Yeah. So that's going to add to
4.
your roll.
What the hell's influence?
He's gorgeous.
Oh, shit,
Oh my god.
nothing in influence.
So influence and let's do strength, just because it's the physical, the physical appearance of you.
Glad I added that extra point at the start of the game.
So strength, influence, and plus your attractiveness.
Right. 9.
9. Yeah, he's looking over.
I've developed a twitch. I'm trying to wink, but I'm like.
You actually notice that the girl Jen, the one that's in the cell with both of with all of you, that looks like your mother, she sort of turns and looks at you, and she actually sort of smiles a little bit. You don't know if it's a mocking smile or if it's an appreciative smile, but she sort of like grins at what you're doing. Your back is to her, but she can clearly see you're trying to do something ridiculous. And the guard doesn't seem to really care. You just may not be his type or something. So you guys know I have a lot of coffee running through me. Can we take a break?
Yeah, certainly.
Would you okay with that? It's either that or I pee my pants. So it's.
I mean, you can't put it that way, because I'd say just pee your fucking pants. It's hilarious, but yeah, we can take a break.
All right, so 5 minutes. We'll just let us know when everyone's back on Skype, and thank you guys so much for tuning in live, for watching. Chris, it's great to see you, and we will be right back. And we are back in the game. All right, people.
Liam, you're muted.
I'm on mute now, hopefully.
You good? I gotcha. Okay, so as you're doing your best to sort of seduce or get the attention of this jail guard, you hear this almost sort of like small giggle, like a little smirk coming from this woman, and she actually speaks out in English, like perfect diction and everything. He likes them younger than you.
Oh,
Does it sound like my mom?
It does not sound like her mom. It has a very thick, sort of Fertile Crescent accent to it. It's going to be really insulting if I try to fake it. So maybe I should. I don't know.
I was like, you really should.
You like them much younger than you, sir. You're a little too old for him.
I'm strangely disappointed. After plucking up the courage and grinding against the bars, and
Now your nipples are all chafing and
Just
shit.
imagining
yeah,
it. Gross.
I liked it.
So it was hot. Did you say anything to her?
oh well, at least somebody did. Did he even look, or is he looking weird at me,
He did
or
glance.
is he
He just
distracted?
glanced back down.
All right, not even distracted. Is he looking towards the cage?
He did, yeah. When you're
No, I mean,
in mid-heat.
currently though. Where's he looking now?
No, he's sort of just looking away. I mean, the thing
yeah.
is, he's not like, he's just sort of looking around and, just sort of eyeing the kid is all.
Yeah, anytime that he's not paying attention to our direction, just naturally assume I'm taking the axe head of my whelpers and I'm slowly slicing the rope, trying to get us out.
She looks up at you like, what is that? What is this?
So, it's what happens.
Never
when it's not
mind.
much
How about
work.
tell me why he likes him younger, and I'll try and distract her so she's not talking to him, talking still, and try and make a look at me. Let's bring your attention over to this side where I purposely moved away from the door.
What brought you all here?
The hole in the sky kind of threw us here.
The hole in sky. I do not understand.
You haven't been outside in a while, I'm guessing.
No, we've been trapped in here for very many days.
Right. Yeah, things are not normal. We are not from around here. You probably guessed that.
Very, very, very apparent that you are not from here. Where are you from?
God, I can't remember what was the state or what.
I mean, whatever. You were in Colorado in the Rocky Mountains, but
Oh, yeah, that. Yeah, so say that. Whatever.
I do not know Colorado.
Yeah, you don't want to.
What is Rock Mountains? All mountains are rock.
Get a name, just a name.
Oh,
You speak my language very well.
I have been blessed. I've been blessed by the crone,
Who's the crone? Oh, the crone.
Kulana. She blessed me by the goddess Inanna, and I'm able to speak all languages on earth. This is something anyone can do if they please Inanna and Kulana.
Start to take an interest in Kalana. That would be useful.
We are
Who-
all here to.
Robed ones.
What's that?
Who are the robed ones?
They are the priests of Ereshkigal. They've taken over the town of Kandar, and Ereshkigal is working through Jerigan. They
Oh
have-
no, Kandar. Yeah, that would ping something, wouldn't it?
Say again?
You said Kandar.
Yes, that is the
That would-
city we are in.
That would. Should I do a roll? That should.
Yeah, you know that this is the location where the Necronomicon was created. Like just from Chet telling you originally, but then also reading the Necronomicon when you were.
Yeah, right. Okay, so, but the fact that she mentioned it, because we had no idea where we were until she said Kandar at that point. So, and then Kandar, indeed, this is where we are now.
Yes, Kandar. Kandar prison.
That's a
There is no
long
hope
way.
here.
Well, we try and make our own hope.
Well, how do we please Kulana?
Well, you have to go to her. You have to go visit the witch. You have to escape from here. But I have to say, no one has been able to escape here before. And you do not work for the Reskagal. You do not worship Reskagal.
No, we are enemies.
Enemies? Are you from the river? The Tigris?
Sure.
You're like, yeah. That's the
I mean,
thing."
that's where we came from.
Like,
Yeah.
use that
Right,
Hogan
from the
guy,
river?
but I know the priesthood went out to search for the people from Tigris.
That is us.
So you came to
Um,
save us.
I mean, if we can, we'll help.
The fates have placed
that's
us
what
here.
we
We're
said.
trying to figure out our purpose.
Your purpose is to save us. The Kulana speak of people who come from beyond to liberate us before Necronomicon is finished to be written. If it is finished, the great Humbaba will take over.
That
Um,
also
I,
sounds like us.
well, I'm kind of struggling here. I'll tell you what it is. I don't want to give the game away to her that we've encountered the Necronomicon because she's being quite pliable. I don't want to scare the absolute crap out of her.
Yeah.
We need an ally,
I don't
obviously.
know. Would she be that scared if she knows that we're from the beyond? Like, beyond could mean time and space, so. Would it scare her?
It could mean beyond her city limits. It could be.
Yeah.
That's true.
No, but I'm thinking more of the fact that we have actually had the Necronomicon finished in our hands and read from it, and
Right.
I don't kind of want to bring that up, but hint that we have an understanding at the same time that the fates have placed us here to get our assistance.
Just then you hear the boily, warty guard stand up and basically telling you guys to shut up as priests enter and they go to the first cell, and the person inside the cell is so weak they're trying to like resist or fight up against. They put a bowl underneath the prisoner's arm, and one of them takes a knife, cuts his arm, and collects the blood inside of the bowl, and then they lock it back up and leave. And the guard, at full attention at that point, sits back down and gives some more porridge to the little boy. She whispers, "This is what they do. We are what they write in the book with. They are scribing the Necronomicon from Humbaba. We are the words. You understand?"
Shit.
Yeah, all too well. Still, how are things going your end, buddy?
Man, I'm trying, man. This is a thick ass rope. I'm just trying to not get caught.
They're big,
like,
and you're
I
just going fiber by fiber, doing your best not to be seen. Because, it's, this is an open bay, so it is pretty apparent if you're, like, hacking at it. So you're just being really subtle, just a little bit at a time, working your way through.
Okay, I've got an idea.
Ooh.
I say we sneak up behind this guard, snap his neck, hide his body. One of you guys dress in his outfit, and the next time they come to get some blood, we kill them.
Based
Who's
on what
gonna
you
be
guys
able
are
to
able to do in the past, I'm not sure that could work.
Yeah, I'm not volunteering for that one.
Yeah,
We know my strength and dexterity. But our kit's right outside. It's
Yeah, all your
gather up
shit's
it.
right outside, including the
Yeah.
chainsaw, by the way.
and all the guns.
And all
Yeah.
your
And
guns.
my tequila.
And hopefully the shells are drying
Important
by now, and the
What are the rope? What's the door made out of? Steel,
It's a
wood?
mixture between wood and steel, yeah. Bronze and steel.
Bronze.
Bronze
Okay.
and rope. And wood. No steel.
Yeah,
So she's
Okay,
asking
we
you.
haven't
Guys,
searched for
and then
pockets
get
from
out.
a lighter.
Your hand.
I'm sorry, 1 second. Jem, what did you say?
Okay, so first part of the plan stays the same. We kill this guy somehow. We all collectively use our strength together to snap his neck, and then we get out.
That's an option.
We're gonna have to take care of the boy as well. Shit.
He's the one that ratted you out.
Yeah, he's gonna run screaming.
Little bugger.
So
Um,
maybe what we do is that's how
So
we
we fill
lure
the
the
door.
guard to open the shit up, is we get a hold of that boy and pull him into the cell with us.
I love a
He's a
hostage
little kid. He's got to
situation.
be able to go in and through the bars and shit, right?
Yeah.
So as you guys are talking amongst each other like that, she's like, if you're going to be breaking out, if you can wait a few days, my father is supposed to come in with rebels to help liberate us.
Do we have a few days?
We're liberating
I
them.
look at the other cell where the person was just bled out. Do we have that long?
They rotate the collection so not one person dies. They keep us alive as long as possible so they can have as much blood to scribe the Necronomicon.
I don't think we got a few days, guys.
I think we need to put plans
Like,
in
I mean,
motion.
I'm barely hanging on as is. Like, I don't know if I can take more than one cut.
I like hostage situation the best.
They come
Hostage situation it
2
is.
times a day to take blood for writing. They've
So was this
come
the
for the
first or the
second time.
Sorry.
Right.
She
The
like,
boy, he's
scoots over towards Jen, and she sort of puts her hand on him. She's like, "You look very familiar to me. Are you not from nearby village?"
Nope. You wouldn't know me. No.
Well,
I'm gonna not be near this lady.
you're all sidling away. She just sort of accepts that you're
Hey,
moving
hold
away.
on. I had to flirt with a big fat guard. You be nice to the smart lady that speaks languages.
You be nice with the
She was
ladies.
clearly not hitting on you. She was just, recognizing that you
No,
look
but
similar.
she reminds me of
Yeah,
somebody.
yeah,
Okay.
understandable. So she turns back. She's like, "I help you if you want to escape. I can help you."
Okay.
What are you gonna do?
Well, you mentioned taking the boy. I can hold the boy while you leave and get out and go get help. The rebels are in granary down by the Tigris River. If you run just west of here, you should see the granary. Tell them that we are here and we need to be taken. We need to be rescued.
I thought we were gonna take this boy with us.
No, it's just to get the guard.
Yeah, it was just to get
He's
the guard.
getting- He's getting bopped in the head. As soon as so he doesn't squid.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. So where is the boy right now?
He's just over there with the guard. He's eating porridge and he's sort of like kicking rocks on the ground. Just sort of fucking off.
So we're just.
All right, so here's the big question: how do we get him to come to us?
That's what I'm thinking. If he had been sitting on his back, he'd just been grab his head and yoink them in. But
I mean, we could try to lure him over with tricks like magic.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. We've nothing in our pockets. We've just been.
Wow!
A coin would have been good, do the old shiny coin and
Yeah.
flip it and stuff, but don't have anything.
You see the
Thanks.
big, disgusting guard get up, waddles outside of the main door area and just sort of to the left, and you can hear piss hitting a wall.
All right, so lady, you need to lure this kid over since you can speak their language. Think that's our best shot.
She sort of nods at you, and she's all, "Psst! Freshie, come here, come." And the boy looks over, and he's like, "Meh, meh." He's sort of like furrowing his brow and sort of shaking her off. She's like, "Come, please," and sort of speaking in the language that you just don't quite understand. She comes stumbling over, sort of tentatively. He's like, "What do you think?" She's just making shit up. And she comes over, and you see her reach as if she's going to pull something out from within her tattered remains of a dress or something. And if you're going to grab him, now's your time.
Oh yeah, we all reach for him because we have one shot. We can't miss this shit.
Yes.
So everyone lunges out. All right, give me a kung fu with dexterity in your D10.
Ooh.
15.
I got 15.
Liam?
5.
You stubbed your thumb on the bar.
Like,
Oh. Poor Liam. Smartest guy in the room, but just can't.
cack-handed, just freaking triple moon shoelaces.
Jen and Steele grab this kid, and he immediately like, oh, like screaming out. You're just holding on to him from the other side of the bars. Is there anything you're doing to him?
I got the axe to his throat.
Good.
That shit wasn't. I was cutting through that rope, but it was gonna take a long ass time. So it's like, fuck it, whatever. I flipped that shit around. I got it on his throat while he's screaming. And let's
Jen,
fucking
what were
get
you
it.
doing with him?
What's that?
Jen, you were holding him as well. What were you doing?
Just continue to hold him there, I guess. Yeah. Make sure he doesn't get away.
You see the big old fat guy come from around the corner. He's like, "Oh no!" He starts like charging down the way. One of the as he's running down the rows of the cells on either side, the guards are like reaching out, trying to grab at him. They're sort of cluing in that there's something, you know, this is their chance to get free or something. Some of them stick their legs out. The guy like trips and falls and hits the ground, sort of slides forward just an inch or so. He's like, doing his best to get back up. He just can't seem to like get up very quickly, and the boy's just wriggling, trying to get out of your hold, just screaming at the top of his lungs. He looks up. What you doing? She's like, he wants to say not to hurt the boy. Don't hurt the boy.
Okay.
We'll kill him.
Let us out of here.
She translates. So we're just gonna say she's translating what you guys are saying back and forth, and we'll just have you talk to him. Don't hurt him. He is mine. He is mine. He is payment. He's my property.
Open this
Let us
door
out.
or he's dead.
We'll pretend shit didn't happen.
You'll never make it out of the city.
That's our problem.
That's our problem, not yours, motherfucker. Let us out.
He gets up. The other prisoners are like, us too. And she's translating everything for you guys. He just tells them to shut up and be quiet. They're going to be goat manure in a matter of days anyway. And he walks up, sort of unlatches it and unties it. You can tell he is really reticent, but he has an attachment to this kid for some reason. Opens the door, and he just sort of stands there. Go. You won't get far.
All right, now here's the question. Are we taking the translator with us, or is it just going to be the three of us hoofing it?
I'm
So I
thinking
vote
we open all
translate.
cells, because at least if these guys try to escape, it's going to cause enough chaos.
See, I don't know, because I'm kind of on the fence. Like, if we release everybody, then what's the lure of bringing the rebels? Because chances are, by the time the rebels get back, these motherfuckers are gone.
I have a funny feeling they might be gone anyway with the.
That's true.
They're on death doors. It is. If they've got fight in them, then why not?
That's true. So as soon as we
at
get
least
out,
if a handful come back, they know that we tried to free everybody when we're trying to convince them, as opposed to just looking after ourselves.
as soon as we get out, like we're still holding on to the kid. You're gonna untie the rest.
No,
of
the translator is, hadn't you?
Or is she?
Translator's not holding on to the kid right now.
All right.
You two
No,
were
I
with him
thought-
actively. He just opened the door, said, "All right, get out. You're not going to get very far," and you guys are just talking at this point. So let me know what you're going to do. The translator's like, if you want to run for it, I can hold the boy.
We're better just throwing the boy in the cell.
Let me go get my stuff and then come back, and then we'll leave.
So you're going to have to walk around him, which you can do. I'm just letting you know. Walk around him to grab the pile of shit that they just sort of dumped out in the hallway there between the cells. And as you're walking back around, he's like, "No, go. You go. What's taking you so long? Get out."
Okay, and I hold him at gunpoint so the rest of the party can get out.
He has no
With
idea
the
what that
translator.
is.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think
He's looking at
gonna
it
give
like,
a shit.
what is this stick?
Tell you what, since you got our shit back, I got the spear, so I'm gonna keep it at his chin.
There,
That'll
that's
be-
He's like, whoa.
Everybody else can get out.
I'm checking the. Cracking open the shotgun, checking the shells. Hopefully they're dry. Seeing what else I've got. Reloading 2 fresh ones.
Okay.
Just
As you guys are
dusting
doing
it
all
off.
this in, like, just standing there. She's like, the boy is actively screaming this whole time. So as you
Okay.
what's that?
Sorry, no.
So Jen left. So Steele, you're the only one holding him at this point. He's actively screaming. The guy's just sort of standing there. You had to let him go to get that spear to put up against his chin, and he bolts out the door as soon as you let him go. So the boy is out of the guard area. She's like, you only have a little time before more guards come. You must leave if you're going to leave.
Right.
If we're
so-
freeing these other guys, we got to hurry up and do this shit and get the hell out of here.
It's going to take some time to open up all of these
No,
cells.
actually, I want to test see if the shells are dry, so I'm going to point it towards one of the doors.
Really? Okay, so are you going to pull the trigger?
They're going to come anyway. Shit. Actually. Full space. Don't know if shells are dry, that's the problem.
Time is ticking. The longer you wait.
You
We're
know
not
what?
letting them out. We got to get the hell out of here.
We have
Right.
to go.
Let's go then, right? We'll take the translator with us. Because the boys won.
So she
Tell her to tell the ones we're coming back with help.
okay. So she tells them, Enkidu, my father is coming for you. Just last a little longer and he will rescue you. I promise. We will stop this man. We will stop him. Regan will not succeed, as she's like running out with all of you. And the guard is just sort of standing there, closes the door again, reties it just because that's sort of his thing. He knows the boy went off to go warn other people. So as you guys run out, you're sort of in this hallway. You can see torch light actively, like actual torches, reflecting off of the walls and tunnels and stuff. You can see shadows of people coming from around a bend. So if you're going to go, are you going to go away from the shadows of people approaching or toward them?
Away.
Hold on.
Right.
We don't want to go deeper into the
Let's say which directions to the granary.
Can I get a intelligence and let's do intelligence and perception to see if you remember the path that you came in on.
Oh no.
Really?
Oh shit!
What'd you guys get?
16.
So I got 14.
Oh, we're all doing it. Sorry. What was the other one? Oh, intelligence.
Is this where we start going, no, this way, that way, no, this way, go, that. Okay. Scooby-Doo
intelligence
gang
and
going
perception.
different directions.
16.
Okay.
Sorry.
So all of you together, you know that you came from the way that the shadows are not approaching you. Like it seems like their quarters or wherever they were like sitting when the boy got to them was further in the actual temple complex. And so you can move away from that and avoid this first group of people.
Start hoofing it.
Bounds. We don't need to get into any shit with them.
Okay. So she tells you, we must go quickly. We must hurry. Let's move. Let's move now. As you guys are continuing to run through, you're sort of, let me get dexterity and either acrobatics or sports or kung fu, whichever one works best for you. Rolls. Because the elevation is changing as you're sort of frantically going. The lighting isn't really great. I'm going to see if you can hold your feet up. What'd you
I
get,
got
Jen?
10.
7.
3?
9.
Oh, I thought you said 3. And what did you get, Liam?
7.
7. And what did you get, Steele?
9.
Okay.
Or wait. Oh, sorry. What did it?
I'm pretty sure you got above a 9. So I think Jen and Steele, you're good. Liam, you got under a 9. You stumble and fall down.
Sorry, I got a 10.
Okay. So you guys are able to stay on your feet. 9 is a success. You guys are running. The girl seems to be doing a really good job. She knows this area, of course, before they took over and stuff. So she's well aware of where she's going and stuff. And she's looking back as Liam stumbles and falls down on the ground. You can now see the guards round the bend, but they are way far down the path from where you guys are. She's like, get up! What are you doing? Don't fall down! Get up! Not trying to help, just like talking shit to you, Liam. I assume you get up and you continue running and moving along. Let's do another one of those rolls before we get out of this complex. So that's going to be dexterity plus acrobatics or kung fu or something.
I got an 8.
I got 9 this time, so I've kind of found my feet. I've been shamed into trying harder.
Jen?
11.
Okay. So this time Steel stumbles down. You didn't see like this rando pile of skulls that you sort of tripped over, fumbles and makes you fall down. Everyone else is running. I'm sure they're helping you get up. She looks back. She's like, why can you not keep your feet underneath you? You just pick them up and move them. How do you not walk? You're from the beyond. Do they not walk in beyond? Run, run. Just doing her best to get the hell out of here. The guards seem to be keeping pace with you for the most part, but as you stumble and fall, they get a little bit closer. It looks like there's, 5 or 6 of them sort of staggered in the hall behind each other as they're moving forward. Okay, so you finally see the light of day, and of course it's not quite light. It's like this perpetual twilight due to the cloud formation that's overhead, and you see all these blood dripping on the walls and such. You don't see any guards because there's no people here, so there's nothing to really guard on the outside, but you did see on the way in those sort of flying deadites that were sort of flying around.
The
Not
mentors?
really sure about them. She looks at all of you as soon as you get out in the air. She's like, we must go straight west. And she gives you specific directions to get to near the Tigris River in an old worn down granary. And she bolts off in an opposite direction.
Well, hopefully somebody was listening. I didn't hear what she said.
Granary. Okay.
Is that with a G? Okay, I got to know. Yeah, so as you guys are running through the city, I'm going to need to get a dexterity and notice checks to see if you can, let's just do I don't know, what do you guys think would be a good one? Let's do dexterity and notice to see if you can sneak your way through this city without being seen by these flying deadites.
I got 11.
I don't have notice. So.
11? What was that, Jen?
13.
Good, nice.
9, 11.
11.
Sorry, 12.
12, that does it too. All right, so this first, you guys see it flying overhead. It has clearly been alerted to something, and it's sort of scanning, looking around. You guys get up against a building. There's a little bit of a straw overhead from the building. You're just sort of plastered back up against the wall. You see it fly past you, bolt out again, trying to get back to the city. We're going to have to do this a couple more times just to make sure that you get out without being noticed. The second test here, let's do another dexterity and notice. If you have acrobatics, you can use that as well, or sports maybe.
I got 11
That would
again.
something to do have.
11 works. Jen?
A 9.
Holy shit. I'm actually
Liam?
11.
Okay, so Steel and Liam, you're doing well. You see another one coming. You duck in a doorway, and you're sort of like, "Come on, what are you doing, Jen?" And for whatever reason, you just sort of stop, and you're like, "But the granary's that way." And you hear this screech from above as this flapping of wings dives down. And we got some initiative going. So, Jen, initiative. Everyone is gonna have to do initiative here.
Okay.
Initiative again?
Did you say 6?
What's initiative
Or-
again?
Oh, dexterity plus oh, sweet hell. What is initiative? It's just your dexterity number plus a d10 roll.
Okay.
13.
13.
I got 13 as well.
Nice. Liam?
7.
Ooh, that's more on par.
That's
That's the Liam I know.
Boy. That's what we do in love. I realized my shoelace was on time. I'm like, oh, no.
Okay, so you see this. It looks like it was once human in some way, but it's sort of corrupted and twisted by the powers of Beyond and the Necronomicon. This demonic force is taken over. Wings have sort of ripped out of its back. It's like these massive back wings. And the regular body part of it is sort of this elongated, sort of humanoid snout almost, and it's just coming down with these claws. Even its feet have long claws coming out as if it was gonna just sink all of its claws into you all at once. It is your turn, Jen. What do you do?
How far away is it from me right now? Within
It's about
striking
10
distance?
feet. Yeah, you know it'll get you on its next turn. Get to you.
Okay,
on your turn.
I am going to dual wield, shoot it in the head, 1 bullet each
Okay.
gun.
Okay.
So
So that's dexterity and gun fu, I think.
yeah. 13.
13 is not enough. So unfortunately, you just see the bullets fly by, and it's like sway. It sort of backs up just a little bit, like flapping its wings to sort of halt its dive because it doesn't know what the hell just happened or what those are. You just as it's sort of like calling out to other flying deadites in the area. Steel.
I mean, if it's close enough, I'm gonna do some crazy ninja shit with the spear and try to get it right in its face.
It's about 10 feet in the air, so you can definitely
okay.
reach it with your spear.
I can chuck it pretty.
Well, you can
damn
even
good.
just, I mean, you're like 6 feet tall or something, plus the
That's
length of
true,
the spear.
yeah,
You can
so-
definitely get it.
Yeah. I'm gonna use a drama point on that, so it's gonna be like extra fancy. Let's see. So melee weapon.
Is dexterity plus getting
That's-
medieval.
Okay, so 7, 14, so 24.
Nice.
Yeah. You
Because
run
the
up and
drama
just,
point, that's a
jab.
plus 10, right?
what's that?
Using a drama point, that's a plus 10, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so 24.
Okay. So you just run up and it's like hovering in the air because it isn't sure what the hell she just shot at it. It's never seen anything like that before. And you just jab it right in his chest with the spear of destiny. What's the damage on that again? Do you remember?
I don't.
Okay, here, just give me 1 second. It is doubles strength for damage. So it's a regular spear plus doubling it, your strength. So let's see. Damage, spear is strength plus 1. So what's your strength?
Strength is 6.
So it's 7. So it's 14 times 3.
Whoa.
What is that? What's the math? Can someone do math?
So 20. I don't know.
42 or something.
Okay, so 14 times 3, 42.
42. Sweet hell, dude. So you immediately yank the spear out after jabbing inside of it. All of its entrails splatter out, covering you and Jen. You see like the huge, long, mile-long intestines like hanging out. You can see partially digested food and shit spilling out from the cut from the spear of destiny, and blood is just actively raining down on you guys. You're just like just all over. Really gory and disgusting and awesome.
Hell yeah.
That was crazy amount of damage, dude. Okay. Well done. It is its turn. It can't believe what you just did, and so it's going to attack you with its claws. I need you to either parry or dodge, or
They're not gonna go.
I'm gonna dodge.
it goes before you go, Liam.
All right.
You're going to use what?
I'm gonna dodge.
Okay.
So what was dodge?
Dexterity plus acrobatics or getting medieval or kung fu.
Okay, so that's 17.
A 17 dodges. Okay. So you like gut it, and then as you're like being actively rained on, you see it like freak out. Ah! That's what I said! It starts clawing at you, and you're just like, just like a ninja, just
Hell
staying
yeah.
out of every claw swipe. And Jen, you're just like, oh, sticky, hoping it didn't clog any of your guns with all the blood and guts and shit. Liam, you're up.
I'm gonna introduce it to my little friend and blast it.
Say hello to my little friend. All right. Gun fu plus dexterity, right?
Yep, so that's 6. 12.
A 12 does not hit it. So as it's flailing around, blood is splattering everywhere. You get out there, you just slip a slight foot, and that changes the direction of the shotgun, and it misses him a little bit. Unfortunately, it just blasts off into the air, and you can hear return calls of other flying deadites in the distance. They're not close yet, but you know they're out there. So if you're going to take care of this thing, you got to do it quick. Jenna, it is your turn. Oh, you guys also get a +3 because you're the only... It's the only creature you're all fighting. So you're up, Jen.
So that was 15.
So 15 did hit then.
All right, then.
So
Wait, so
let's
how
resolve
much
the
damage
shotgun.
did I do then if I...
Well, it's +3 to hit. It's not for damage.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So you did 2 shotgun shells or 1?
Yep, both double barreled.
And that was 20 each, is that right?
Yep, 20 each.
So you see its chest explode and it crumples and drops down on the ground, twitches a little bit. There's one of the wings is sort of just muscle movement flapping as well. But it's just this big pile of blood and guts and just vile filth in front of you. You can hear in the distance, there are more coming though. You're out of initiative at this point. Well done, everyone.
I go to blow the shotgun, go, but I bop myself in the face. So I go, oh, ah, and it's still hot a bit. So I'm like, ow. And I completely mess that up.
Well done, sir.
They got a nice little crescent moon burn scar on
Yeah,
it.
that's it. No. I got exhilarated for the success, and I forgot myself, and I'm completely cack-handed. I tried to be cool for a second, and I just fluff it up. Burn myself in the cheek with the barrel.
Real smooth. All right, so let's do another... You're trying to get out of there, out of notice, so let's do another dexterity and notice check. And see if you can get out of the city finally.
I would like to say that I grabbed Liam's hand before we ran, so we're running together.
Okay.
I only got a 9.
We love music.
That's why I tried to show off.
It was Dex and what?
Notice. So what'd you get, Steel?
9.
9, 11. Liam?
Oh, Jesus Christ. 5.
The touch of a woman is too much for him.
My head starts spinning immediately. I'm like, oh.
Your heart starts beating. You forget how to walk. Okay, you had a good enough roll that you don't go down with him, Jen, but you're like pulled down a little bit as you're running away, and he sort of gets pulled a little bit by you as you see another flying deadite notice him and swoop down. So we're on initiative yet again. All right, so let's roll and let me just shout him out when you got him.
All right, so I got a
9.
14.
13.
9.
9, 13. What did you get, Steel? Sorry.
14.
14. Okay. So we'll do his. Okay, so it's going to go Steel, Flying Deadite, Jen, Liam. Steel, you're up.
Okay. What's the range?
At this point, it's about 20 feet in the air, flying down at you. From, there's like this little, like, sort of, it's not quite a road, it's like a walkway. And it's just a bunch of thatched roof huts, sort of mud, sort of Adobe type construction, and it's just flying straight diagonal down between them toward you.
I mean, shit.
It
really
looks like it's targeting Liam.
All right, I'm probably gonna brace in front of Liam then, because like I can chuck the spear, but I'm probably gonna miss the motherfucker. So, yeah, I'm gonna
Just use it like a pike.
Yeah, I'm right in front of you. I've got it ready, so when it comes down, it's getting stuck.
Okay. So you let's resolve that right now to see what happens with that, because it's going to go next anyway.
Okay.
So it flies down and meets you. Give me a getting medieval with dexterity, please.
Okay. So 15.
Okay, 15 is not enough. It swarms down, and because you're the one standing in its way, I'm going to need you to defend against it. So either parry or dodge.
Okay. I'll parry and.
That's dexterity plus getting medieval.
Okay, so.
Or if Kung Fu is higher, you can use that as well.
That's the same. Okay, so I got an 11.
Okay, 11. So it comes down and it claws you. You take 15 slashing damage, as it just like starts slashing at you with both of its hands. Just, "Rah!" It's like crazy pissed off that you tried to stab it. First of all, it didn't even see you, so you sort of surprised it, and it's just lashing out at you out of shock more than anything else. You can hear in the distance more cries as well. All right, so this has got to be taken care of quick. Jen, you're up.
Alrighty. How far away is it from me? And is it below me?
At this point, it's parallel to you. It's like, hovering 4 feet in the air right in front of Steel, slashing at him.
Great. I'm going to hit it in the back of the head with the tequila bottle again.
Okay. Well, okay, so just so you guys know, if you're behind something, it cannot defend against you. And because it already was defending against you, Steel, you pretty much just succeed at whatever you're trying to do. So
I got 3 hit points left, so I'd say try to do as much damage as you can.
Damn. So you're going to be using your tequila bottle?
Yep. 6 damage.
Well, it's 3 times your strength.
My strength is 2.
Oh, 6 damage. Damn.
Yep.
Okay. So you just
I mean,
clank.
You could use some flair if you want to add a 10 to that.
Oh man.
I could do a drama point on damage?
Well, it's on the roll, so the success levels add to the damage. So,
Gotcha.
what did it? It was an automatic success, but what was your roll that you got?
I hadn't yet.
Okay, so go ahead and let's give the roll and see what that is, because the success levels are going to add to the total amount of damage.
I'm guessing Dex plus Kung Fu.
Getting medieval because it's just a physical attack.
Yeah, I would like to use drama point and hit it for 20.
So 20 is 5 extra. That's 5 success levels, so 5 extra damage. So it's 11 total. It's not bad. Not great.
Thunk.
You see it like move its head forward. It almost headbutts you, Steel, with the ricochet effect as the wings are sort of like keeping it aloft, just like freaking out because you're right behind it, attacking it. All right, Liam, it's your turn. You're on the ground, but of course you can get up and do whatever you want. So what do you want to do?
I can't strike at it. It's too far away.
I mean, if you try to kick at it or something, you could do that. But you do have your gun, and it can't really defend against anything you're doing.
Yeah, I'm
it's
just
all
worried
based
about
on your
rounds.
roll.
So I'm going to try and butt stroke it because obviously I haven't had time to reload, and I'll use a drama point as well.
What kind of man strokes it? All right.
He did say at the beginning of the sentence, "I come." Like it was way back there.
Okay. Enjoy yourself. So that's going to be a getting medieval and dexterity.
Right.
The more
Plus using the drama
successes-
point, yeah.
If you want to.
Yeah, I'll use a drama point.
Okay.
To compensate for my feebleness. So, what's that then? Hang on. That's 3. 11 plus 10, is that 21?
That is. So that's 6 extra damage. So for a blunt weapon, it's a large one. It's 4 times your strength.
That's 12.
Plus 6.
Oh, that's
So
18.
18. So that's 29 total to it. So you strike out at it. It sort of sinks. You hear this crunch of ribs, and it sinks into its body cavity a little bit further than you had originally anticipated. And it sort of gives out this cry. So it's like trying to freak out and get away from all of you because you're just swarming it at this point, and it's kind of not really wanting to be murdered by all of you. So you can see it starting to like try to lift off of the ground. Steel, it is your turn.
Okay. It's still right in front of me, so I'm gonna go ahead and start swinging my my hammer at it.
You get a +3 to hit it, and that's getting medieval with Dex.
So, you said Dex and getting medieval?
Yeah.
Let's see. So, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go and use another drama point, getting my little ninja act in it some more. So that is 17.
17 is 5
well,
successes.
+1 because I'm using my attachment, so 18.
3 because we're all together. And I
Oh
keep
yeah,
forgetting.
so 21.
So 21 is 6 success levels. So it's going to be, it's a hammer, you said?
Yeah.
So it's 3 times your strength plus 6.
Okay, so 18, 24.
Okay, so that's 53. And it is going to fly up and away from you. On its turn, it can get high enough into the sky that none of you can physically reach it. But it's just hovering over you, and you can see it's like calling out to people, other things in the distance that you don't see yet, just screeching. It's clearly hurt. It's like, sort of knocking on death's door, but it doesn't want to get melee with you guys anymore. So that was its turn. Jen, you're up.
I'm going to shoot it in the head.
Okay.
I just love what he casually said.
I'm going to brain the motherfucker. Gun, food, plus dex.
18.
So you just steadily aim and just pop, and just a half a second goes by, and then the side of its head explodes. Blood starts raining down just a little bit. It's not like buckets of blood or anything, and it just crumples down, hits the thatch roof, goes right through it. Dust flies up in the air. For some reason, there's some feathers in the air as well with it, and it's on the other side of the interior wall of the building right next to you guys, and it's completely fucking dead. You just killed it.
Hell yeah.
Well done. All right, so you guys got to get out of here. So no more fucking up this roll.
Run!
Yeah, we're bolting.
Yeah.
So you
And I'm
guys are.
holding Liam's hand again.
No, that's what made you fall last time. He can't handle the love.
Don't overstimulate the nerd.
He's like, I can feel my wiener moving. It's a strange feeling.
This is the awkwardest of awkward boners ever.
Is anyone else hard? Is this just me? So you guys are running out of the little city area. It's not massive, so you clearly get to the other side, and there's some tree cover and stuff. You can see the Deadites are sort of circling around the city. They go down to the 2 of them that were being called toward you guys, go to where you last were and go into the building, and you see them lifting the corpse and flying off with it toward the massive ziggurat structure. And you guys are just sort of outside the city on your own in the twilight, the perpetual twilight of the afternoon. No sun, nothing, just shadow and lightning across the sky. Do you want to head toward the granary? What do you want to do?
Yeah, we gotta get there because presumably there's cover to where hopefully I can do a little bit of healing.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you start heading toward the structure of the granary, I need a perception and notice from everyone.
I also would like to ask Steele if he has a ranged weapon.
Just all I've got is my multi-tool hand, 2 pickaxes, and then the spear.
Okay. My roll was 14. I'm going to also give you, Steele, my one gun. It's the one with less bullets in it. I've been using it wildly. There's
Okay,
only 3 left.
3 left. Okay.
You have a pistol.
Okay.
points
So
of
perception and knowledge notice, is that what you said?
Yeah.
13.
So
13.
I've got 15.
Okay, so you all notice that you're like running toward the granary, but you can tell there's a perimeter of people out here, like hidden, waiting for you to get closer.
Oh, cool. Like friendly or?
At this point, they're hiding. They think they're hiding from you, so they don't think you notice them, but you clearly see them.
Yeah, so presumably if they're hiding, they're not friendly, but also given that we're going to the granary, it's probably the rebels, so how do we get them to trust us?
Did we get her name? Oh shit, we didn't.
Oh.
I don't think we got her
No
name.
one asked.
Shit.
Oops.
I look at her and I say, Mom. I mean, is that your rebels?
Oh, she's not with you. She bolted a different direction.
Yeah, she
Oh,
went
that's right.
to the start.
Damn it. Just a wish that
We
she
got her
was still
father's
here.
name. Hold on, we did get her father's name.
We did.
Yeah, let me
We
see if
did.
you remember. Give me an intelligence and knowledge check. Any success, you'll remember.
13.
Nice. Yeah, his name was Enkidu.
So just call it Enkidu.
You hear like mumbling in like the sort of brush
Just
line.
do
they're
the
all
do the
hiding.
universal spread the hands. Enkidu. And
You see someone like stand up. This is an
I'm
older.
trying to say the word for friend.
Okay.
What do you want? Do you want a roll?
No, you're doing your best to communicate it. It seems like they understand a basic of what you're saying, basically. So you see a man who is weathered, older, distinguished, he looks like he could be easily 65, 70 with the weathering of his skin and just the sun blasting it, on a daily basis and stuff and the hard life that they live. But in reality, he's probably in his late 20s, early 30s. He just looks, prematurely aged due to the life that these people live. And he sort of stands up, plants a spear, and he starts shouting out to you, and he's clearly asking, like, who are you? How do you know my name?
Try to point towards temple and say, daughter, help, daughter.
From behind all of you, you see, or you hear footsteps like running toward you, and no, leave them be. They are okay. They are safe, Father. They are safe. And
Mom.
what?
Mom.
She's like, huh? No, they escaped. They helped me escape, but we still have people inside temple. And there's the translation is going to be through the daughter at this point because no one else seems to be able to speak English like her. But ultimately, he comes up. Are you from beyond?
Yes.
Then you are here to save us.
That's what we're told.
Well, then
Aren't we
go
so?
and kill the priest. Kill the high priest. He's Urigan. He is a priest of Erescugal. They have captured all of our people. We are trying to resist, but the demons he is summoning, they inhabit the bodies of the fallen.
Yeah, we kind of noticed that. We're working on taking them fuckers out.
You guys are like actively bleeding, covered in blood and guts and gore. And she offers, do you need some rest and care and medical attention?
Yes, I need help desperately.
So they bring you into the granary. They give you some sort of porridge-like food to eat. It's sort of liquidy, and so it mixes both as like a drink and food. It's got a little bit of a fermentation, sort of yeasty flavor to it as well, which, back in these days, the fermentation had a little bit of bacteria in it that would act almost as a penicillin-like almost, just not quite as potent as that. But so they give you that to sort of consume. You see these young women come and start washing you all off with rags and river water in buckets, tending to you.
Shit. Am I going to get excited again?
Well,
I'm pretty sure you just came in your pants.
Yeah. Am I doing the American Pie?
yeah, nice. Oh gosh. I mean, these are weathered humans. These are age. They've lived a life of
Hey, man, a
difficulty
hand's a
and
hand.
trial.
Here, we know how dodgy my hair trigger is for going off.
They're not super gorgeous, but yeah, any port in a storm, I suppose. So they're washing you off, and you can clearly see Enkidu is speaking with his daughter, the person that you all left out, and they're sort of letting you guys recuperate and rejuvenate and stuff. They're tending to your wounds. You see them pull out leeches, and they're like trying to put the leeches on your wounds. Doing medicine at this age is very bad, and you're as likely to get infected by the cure that they think they're giving you than the wound itself. Liam, you're a doctor.
Can I make a poultice? Can I see what herbs I have and make like a poultice?
Yeah.
And show them how to do it while I'm doing it?
Okay. So let's do an intelligence and doctor roll.
8. Oh, Jesus Christ.
8?
8.
Yeah, they don't have any. They don't understand what you're asking for, and it just doesn't translate. You know, between even though you have the translator, the language barrier is so great that they don't understand what you're talking about. There might be something similar to what you're looking for, but it just doesn't seem to be in this area at all. And they're just, you know, sort of. This is very much like a hideout. You know, there's no one here that is educated in anything. You see a bunch of the people sort of looking at your gear, like poking at your hand steel. You see them like reaching out to touch the steel of the boomstick, and they're completely confused about everything that you have on you. And Enkidu stands up very proudly, sort of walks confidently toward you. You have the spirit, through his daughter. You have the spirit of destiny. Where did you come across this artifact?
I mean, is it still cool if I tell you I stole it from a dead guy?
Where did dead guy get it?
I don't fucking know. I wasn't hanging out with him
I
before
didn't ask.
I got it from him.
It's like, this is made from the wood of the Watcher, the evil that has taken over Kandar. Okay,
Oh, shit.
so he's
I just
thinking
used
he's
it
telling
to
you
stab
something
people.
incredibly like, what? Like, what are these strange weapons that you have?
They're from beyond. We use them to fight these creatures.
What material
It's
is
from the
this?
gods, bro. We're gods. We came down to save you. Now we're gonna save you. We don't know what's going on.
Next time you're asked for your god, you say yes.
Yes. Hell yeah. He's like, you're a god. You're from Utu or Inanna?
Both.
This
I
is
got
Even
influence
more
up the
majestic. We're from
butthole.
Colorado.
We'll point up towards the vortex. Like from there.
his eyes are just wide. He's like, why have you not killed Urigan yet? You have godlike abilities. He is mortal.
He's hiding from us.
And
We
how
need to
does he
find him.
harm you? How are you hurt if you are gods?
Is
Portal.
creatures?
Good at being gods.
Only a god can harm another god.
We're not good at being God. I'm sorry, that was
We try to be good.
We're gonna be a naughty god, a naughty vampire god.
He's very, very confused and it doesn't really understand. And she explains to them that she told you about the witch, and that if you wanted to speak their language, then you would need to visit the witch. And you see him sort of sit here for a second. Yes, they could also be blessed by Kulana. Kulana could give them protection so they do not become harmed when facing off against Urigan. This is a good idea.
Let's do that.
You visit the witch. You must travel past the cedar forest where the Watcher lives. Do not go in.
Mm-hmm.
This is north. Follow the Tigris River. You will run across 2 trees that look as if they have been resurrected after having been burned. There are skeletal crows on them. If you are worthy, the skeletal crows will guide you to the witch. You will conduct ritual with her, and then you will be protected, and you can liberate Kandar and stop the Necronomicon from being finished.
How long will this take? Because your friends don't have much time.
We are going in 2 days to save the other prisoners, but without their blood, he is going to come looking for us. If you come back in time, you could stop him.
Okay, we'll have a plan then.
Wait, I'm down.
Let's do it.
I'm always down to go hang out with some witches in the woods.
Wonderful wizard.
I love me some wizards. Okay, so, I mean, this is how to save them, but what about you guys? How are you getting home?
Well, we need an Necronomicon, so we need to get this priest, I'm guessing.
So
Yeah.
keep in mind that he's trying to finish the Necronomicon. So at this point, you guys had a finished What's that?
Is there like an opposite of the Necronomicon?
The Necronomicon kind of is its opposite. It works for and against demons. It has spells to banish and control them, but it also tells how to summon them. So it's a bit of and. in
Okay.
itself.
It's one of those books where people start reading from it before getting to part 2.
Yeah.
They instantly jump into part 1, start reading from it, and then they forget about part 2, and the damage is done.
Yeah.
100%. A bunch of idiots. Yeah, so, I mean, ultimately you had a finished Necronomicon, but it was missing pages. And now you have someone making a Necronomicon, but if he finishes, then the Watcher and the demons will rule the world ostensibly. So do like a quick little like logic process. This must have succeeded at one time for the Necronomicon to exist. So are you going to try to stop him from doing the Necronomicon? Are you trying to collect it from him and hope he's finished the part that you need? Like, what's the... Whoa! Hello!
We're going to use that failed beast to save us.
Battle cat.
Yeah.
I'm going to ride in battle cat.
I'm sorry, every time.
Massive cat head.
I of course I'm not smart or anything, but I'd say let's just steal what he's got and hope that's enough to get home. I mean, at the very least, we came in through the vortex. He's in the ziggurat underneath the vortex. Ergo, if we take his ass out, we can at least try to jump through it.
Cool.
Yeah.
We need to confront him anyway, and we need to find out where the hell the original or the future Necronomicon that came with us went to. But we can't face up against these in our human form. We need some sort of help because we're screwed judging by past performance. So we need to go and get blessed. And the witch might also have answers. If she's connected,
Yes.
we need
I like
answers. And these people don't have the answer.
Okay.
Just have the answers.
So they give you very specific directions about how to travel to the tree structure, but from that point, it's entirely up to the impression that these bird creatures receive from you and whether or not they guide you to the witch itself. You know the witch's name is Kulana, and just have to travel toward the mountains in the north as the Tigris River heads north. So, but they stressed stay away from the cedar forest. So let's do some rolls in traveling if you're ready.
Now, quick question, since they were healing us and stuff, was it just like enough to get us by, or did we actually get life points back?
If you're not going to stay any time here, then you'll get 1 life point back just for their tending to you, like to stop like any open wounds or anything like that, but you won't get anything more than that.
Gotcha. I mean, I've already used my... Oh, go ahead.
You better stand behind for this one. Getting healed.
Fuck, man. If I don't stay, I've only got 4 points.
Can we take like a rest, like a short or long rest?
We've got 2 days. They're heading to before this all kicks off. That's why I'm asking about the time scale.
Well, I mean, it's totally up to you guys.
Right, I'm okay. Right, I've got 34 hit points. I'm good. I can travel immediately.
Remember, you can use a drama point to heal.
I can? Oh, how much do I get for using the drama point?
Let me look here.
I don't remember that.
It's okay. Let me see.
Like half whatever the damage you took or something?
Give me 1 second while I look it up. 108. I should know this just off the top of my head, but I don't. So I think I'm okay is for a drama point, you immediately heal half of the life point rounded down or rounded up. So half of the life point damage rounded up that you've suffered up to this point.
Cool. I'll take that. What did I...
And then for steering you guys into being captured, you all get 1 drama point.
Oh, cool. So
Sick.
okay.
But if you don't go to the witch, then you're not going to get that protection that she could give.
No, definitely got
More importantly than the protection, we need answers how to get where the hell is the book, how to get the other pages. Because if he only has the missing pages or gets those completed, we can use the book from the future and get that back. so he doesn't complete the Necronomicon, could do like a paradox, time paradox
That
thing.
might be why you don't have the Necronomicon anymore.
See, that was kind of my guess. Is it you don't have it
shit.
because it doesn't exist yet because there's only one. It's the kind of thing that presumably, if we're in a multiverse, there is only one universe where that exists. So that was kind of my guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am going to go ahead and use the drama point. That's going to put me at. Let's see. So that'll put me at 35. So I'm definitely good to go.
Yeah, let's do this thing.
Yeah, so let's get to that witch. See what she can do for us.
Okay.
Okay. As we're walking, I would like to speak to Liam privately as we go. Because it seems like we have some like connection. He said he loved me, so, and he's hot, like very hot.
I'd fuck him.
And
Straight after that, the whole world fell apart. We ended up flipping halfway across the
Yeah,
world.
you've
in
seen what
5
his love
years.
does.
I go up to him and I say, so these skeleton crows are going to be like judging us to see if we can go through and are worthy or something. And so that means I feel like I just should get something on my chest off of my chest so that I might be more worthy to go through, because if I get left behind, I'm going to be pissed. And so I think I should just let you know that my mom is dead and it's my fault. I'm not saying I murdered her, but she died because of me. So that's all we're going to say about it. We're going to keep going on.
Why do you think that?
What?
Why do you think that?
Well, you know, it would have been harder to die if she hadn't had heroin, and I gave her that heroin to use, and then that also had fentanyl in it apparently. So, you know, that wasn't my fault. I didn't do that. I wouldn't be doing that. But she did get the heroin part from me, which in the end was the biggest issue.
You know you can't take responsibility for an addict.
That's very kind of you to say.
You know my feelings for you all these years, and I've been with you and seen you going through it. You can't take responsibility for that. That's not on your shoulders. We all make our own choices in life.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And I give a big old hug and kiss.
God, am I going
Wait,
to
what's marching order? Is Steel behind us?
I don't know, Steeler, you just watching?
Nope. You guys fucked off to a different part of the woods, I guess. I heard you needed privacy, so I was letting you private.
Okay.
You get some privacy.
Little smoochy there for you, Liam.
Okay, that's me unconscious for 2 days now. Don't worry about
Steel, you need to come get this guy.
it.
Well, get up. Delicate flower. Okay, so if you follow the directions, it's pretty easy. You just have to follow the river, and then as soon as you see the mountainous area, you do clearly see the cedar forest that they were talking about, and it's not far from the edge of the river itself. They had mentioned that it would be, much further off, and the only way you would run into the cedar forest is if you were off the path and stuff, but it seems to have spread based on what they said to you through the translator. And so you should be a little bit worried that you might inadvertently walk through that forest, or the power of the Watcher is sort of spreading as the Necronomicon gets closer to completion, or, there's just a whole number of different issues at hand. But if you want to avoid it, you can easily avoid it. It's up to you.
No, we're avoiding it. We don't need it. We don't need any more drama right now. We need to just get on and get this.
Yeah.
Get the help that we need.
So as you, again, it's almost as if time has stood still. The sun is still at the same exact position as when you first arrived here, even though it's almost been, 12, 14 hours since then or so. I mean, maybe even been a full day. You guys are pretty exhausted at this point. You feel a little more rejuvenated after having that sort of porridge that they gave you and washing all the gore off of you. But really at this point, you haven't slept at all. And you've gone through a tremendous amount, not just from today, but from the camp that you didn't sleep at either, just moments before you fell into this hell. So you guys
It's
are
kind of
getting
like a
really,
delirious state of, not just everything.
just adrenaline and exhaustion is
Yeah.
kind of where you guys are at right now. Stumbling past this, you can hear and see, different crocs in the actual river itself, but it's easy to avoid them. You don't see any of the skeletons or anything like that. And then you start to approach this is the worst camping trip ever, Chris. You start to approach what look like trees that have been completely burned, except all of the branches still exist on it.
Shit,
They're
guys,
just
we're close.
scorched and black, and on in the canopy of these blackened trees, you see these two small figures that are sort of bouncing from limb to limb, like looking down at you, like examining you as you start
What's
to
up,
slowly
homies?
approach. So what do you guys do?
I just do what I instinctively do anytime I see animals. I try to pet the motherfuckers.
They pretty are far up in the trees. You're all
Yeah, I
like,
mean, I didn't say it was possible. I just said that I want.
To the crows.
What'd
Bow
you,
to the crows.
you bow to them? What do you
I'm gonna
do?
bow to the crows.
Liam, what do you do?
Top of the morning, dear Mr. Magpie, on your way from kids.
Do you have any tea?
All right.
On the spot.
We seek audience with Kaluna. Please help.
You see him like sort of flap down. It doesn't make sense that these things can fly. They should fall because there's no feathers at all. It's just skeletons. But their face has a little bit of feathers left on it, but its whole body is nothing but there's some gore from the interior organs that once were that's sort of like dried and caked to bone. But their feathers on their wings aren't there anymore. But they're
It's
just
like Castlevania, like the guy,
yeah.
Necromancer, have his pets. Remember that?
Yeah, that works. It's like that.
That's hanging out.
They flap down and sort of try to land on a shoulder. So you had bowed to them, Jen. If you don't move, one of them is going to try to land on your shoulder.
Okay.
So as it lands on your shoulder, it sort of like gets in close. You just have this, I mean, you're fearless, and so you don't react as a normal human would react in this situation, but it's sort of like nudging its head against your cheek, like where your ear is right here, and just sort of like using its beak to sort of scrape at your skin just a little bit. And you see it like start to fly off and just sort of hover above you as it looks like it's eating whatever dead skin might have come off of you, just from natural, skin falling off. And it flies back up into the tree and just sort of talking to itself or into the atmosphere or something. The next one flies down to steal. You were the next one. Are you going to allow it to get on you?
Oh, fuck yeah. Dude, as soon as it hits my shoulder, I'm just going to kiss it on its little head because I'm so fucking excited that it's hanging out with me.
It like responds, like it moves its little beak to your lips, just sort of like pokes at it really quick, as almost as if it's like mimicking what you just did on its head. And
Greatest
then sort of
day
flies
of my
up.
life.
I love crows, skeletons. It flies up, and then both of them together come down toward you, Liam. Do you move at all?
No, I'm delirious. I'm just in the zone. I'm like delirious and off sleep, and I think I'm on a trip or something.
You're like,
I'm
is this
just like,
real?
yeah, that's the state I'm in right now. I've declared love after 20 odd years of holding it in, and I'm just seeing demons and falling out of the sky and time portals, and I'm gone. I'm just going with whatever.
Yeah. I mean, So one of them lands on your shoulder, the other lands on your head, And it's sort of just like scraping its beak on the top of your head, and the one that's landing on your shoulder is sort of like
I've got two
rubbing its...
shitheads next door that do that to me anyway. Friggin' pack me in the head and stuff.
So you're familiar. You're used to this. And then they fly off. You see the space between these two trees starts, the atmosphere itself starts to become almost tangible, and it almost like gelatinous visibly. And they're just sort of screeching out while this sort of, almost like this sort of portal appears between the two trees. And there's... And that's it. You see a portal appear.
Fucking, I'm down. Let's go. Let's do this
Yeah,
shit.
I guess we're walking towards the portal. We're off to see, was there?
Yeah. As you physically...
Yes, we all link arms and start skipping.
As you physically touch the portal, it feels membranous, like it has like a physical substance, and you sort of push into it, and it sort of wraps through and around you as you continue to go through, and you step out on the other side, and you actually see this incredibly dark, it's almost like full night now on the other side of this like weird atmospheric membrane that you step through, this portal. The path is leading sort of curving up this rocky sort of mountainous trail, and at the top of it you see two torches burning like incredibly bright, casting huge shadows down onto the mountain itself, and this cave structure that's just this black open mouth of a cave beyond those two torches. And just the wind is howling as if, you know, going through like a slot canyon or something like that. You see leaves rustling, and dirt is like being lifted up and sort of swirling around. This feels very otherworldly.
Cool. Very cool.
Guess we're going up the steps then.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do this.
As you start to slowly approach the opening of this cave, each successive step, the wind starts to get even heavier and stronger. It actually feels like it's pushing against you a little bit, but again, it's just wind, so you can easily resist it as you move forward. And then this sort of hollow echo of a voice emanates from the cave, and you get this smell of rancid, rotting teeth. Just like the worst halitosis just blasts you in the face as these words sort of wash over you. Just Swanda.
Well, shit. I think this is the right way.
Yep. Swanda, what can I pick out what that actually means?
No, it doesn't make any sense to you. It doesn't even sound like a fully formed word. It's almost like an emotional appeal or something. Like it doesn't quite make any logical sense to you. As you start to approach the cave, the light is so bright, it actually makes it harder for you to see into the darkness of the cave itself, because you're just too close to the brightness of the torches. And so you're starting to get this sort of like that sparkling vision of looking at a light for too long as you start entering into the cavern, and that gasp of breath hits you once again, and it is wretched. And at the very far distance of the cave, you do see a little bit of light emanating. It's infinitely dimmer than these two torches you just passed by, but you're still getting those light splotches in your vision. So it's kind of hard to focus. You see a form sort of shamble. It's this sort of hunched over short with a like cloth hanging off of it in sort of tatters. You know, this like gnarled stick in its hand. It's using as like this walking tool to like walk into silhouetted view, silhouetted.
Oh my god, is it
background.
Master Yoda?
Found someone you have.
Economic, you seek.
Yeah. Book of the Dead. So it sort of just stands there, and you see it turn around and walk further into this sort of almost like a residential area where she lives or something. Do you continue to go in without any problem?
Oh yeah. I'm used to like flash burns because of what I do for a living. Sometimes you forget to put the hood down, so I'm seeing just fucking fine. I'm used to this.
Okay.
So I'm just ready to go talk to this person.
So you all walk in, and the spots in your eyes starts to clear, and the dim light actually makes it so you can visibly see everything. This cave structure is been converted into this sort of witch's lair. You see herbs and roots hanging all around from this sort of makeshift rafter structure that's sort of a support inner structure of this cavern. You can tell there's multiple rooms in this first open area. You see a fire pit in the center with this low burning fire and this really massive sort of bronze basin that's not quite a cauldron, but it's like this open cooking, almost like a wok. With some sort of something inside of it sizzling and smoke is coming up. The pungent aroma is very similar to that smell of the halitosis that hit you earlier. And it's just sort of misting. As you come in, all of you who have tried drugs at some point in your youth, you feel a drug sort of like distorting your perception. You feel like you're getting high just from being in this space with this burning substance. And then you start to look around, and this is the most cluttered cave space that you could imagine. Any type of table system is just covered with all sorts of like little ingredients of some sort or another, or artifacts, whether it's a mortar and pestle or, knives. I mean, it's just like she's doing all sorts of weird, ungodly work in here. And that's when you see her just sort of sitting down on this worn rock formation that looks almost like a recliner chair or something. She's just sort of resting her own bones. Her face is a little bit twisted and haggard. One eye is sort of pushed down from probably a birth defect of some sort. She's missing most of her teeth as she grins up at you. Just sort of haggard, wispy pieces of black slightly wavy hair coming down. Her skin is completely wrinkled and chapped. She just looks up. Where have you come from?
We seek the Holy Grail.
Colorado.
Colorado. Colorado, you are from the future. Is this true?
Yeah.
I can tell by your metal spears and your clothing. You are very different. You've come seeking the Necronomicon. Is this true?
Well, only enough to get home. We don't want the whole book. In fact, if we can avoid the whole book coming into existence, we'll maybe be able to help each other.
Be preferable.
I need to make sure you're worthy of this gift. To seek and touch the Necronomicon before it is finished is very dangerous. You might be inhabited by a demon. She reaches her hands out and then settles back down. You do not want to be inhabited, do you?
No, we lost one of our friends to that. That was not fun.
She gets her old bones, pushes off of the rock. You hear snapping and like cracking of different bones and aching body parts as she wobbles towards you.
You're describing me?
Right?
She looks like him. So she comes right up to you, Liam. Comes right up to you and she starts sniffing at your face like... And she's breathing out this vile stench comes out. There's no Crest toothpaste here. She's just like nasty, the most disgusting breath you've ever smelt in your life. She's like,
it reminded me back to my accountancy class. Like in one of my shooters was
draw
was
on
for the
that
tax
memory.
module.
She's like sniffing around your face, and then you feel this wet, rough, like scrape as she licks the side of like the underside of your chin up to your cheek. Your soul is intact.
And his dick is rock hard right now.
She moves over to
I don't know about it. I think
each
after
of
the
you.
tank up to the last 24 hours.
This is the most action you've ever had in your life. This is great. She moves over, and each of you in turn, she does the same thing, just sniffs at you, licks your cheek to sort of get this sense of your spirit trapped within that sort of corporeal body of yours. And she turns around. Fetch a goat immediately from there. And she points over to one of the chambers that breaks off in the cavern, and she turns back around and heads toward the cistern and the sort of the little fire she's got going.
We'll go get a goat.
Okay, let's go grab this little guy.
Okay, so whoever goes to get the goat, or all of you, I don't know, you travel through and it's sort of dark, but you're definitely getting that barnyard smell, that sort of animal smell. And that's as good of a guide as anyone would ever really need. As you get into this space, there's no visible light source, but it's almost as if there's moonlight actively shining down. So you can see, but you don't see any source of the light. And you see that there's a number of goats in this sort of little, sort of rickety wooden pen that she has back here. It'll be easy to grab one if you want to just grab a goat and bring it to her.
Yeah, I'll grab the first one that tries to attack me, because then I'll feel less bad for it getting killed.
So you bring the goat back. You see her like reach down and grab this really, it looks like the most rusty bronze blade that you can imagine. It's just been like sharpened to this fine honed edge on one little edge, and it's sort of curved outward. And she hands it to you, Jen. You must slaughter the goat and collect the blood in the basin.
I do that.
Just like, yeah.
So you take the goat from Steel, you like hold it a little bit over the basin, you just cut its throat. Blood splatters out in the spray of the knife cut, and then just starts oozing out with the heartbeat. Sort of.
And then I hold it upside
I'll
down.
grab the basin then.
You're wringing it out. Get every
I'll hold
drop.
the basin. I'll hold the basin
Every
right.
last drop.
So you're all working to collect this, and this is arguably the most vile thing you've ever done is sacrifice an innocent animal. That's just
At
disgusting.
this
I'm off
point,
in the corner.
at
I
this
said I
point, it's
told
just
my
like,
mom,
what
like,
the
I knew.
hell?
Good point.
I'm starting to think I'm in a dream.
Yeah, well, that you feel high too, and so that's
Yeah.
probably dropping away any inhibitions that you might have had or aversion to it, and making this like, yeah, this is just something we do. Like, what do you want?
It's a Tuesday.
So she moves over, and you see her just sort of like wipe all of this sort of ingredients and stuff off of a table, and this is a very long piece of wood, and it looks like one solid piece of wood that's sort of bent and curved, almost like it was formed with some sort of weird arcane magic or something. And it's just sitting, and it looks incredibly first of all, it wouldn't fit through the cavern entrance that you guys came through, but second of all, it would be too heavy for this old ass lady to bring it in here in the first place. But it's here, so you can't argue with what you're seeing in front of your eyes. Your drug
absolutely
hazed
impressed.
eyes. She sweeps everything off, and she turns to all of you. She takes the basin from you, Liam, and she puts it back on the heat, and it starts boiling rapidly. You see her start scraping dried leaves off of twigs and breaking roots and throwing them in there. And she turns
Just
and
make
looks
black
at you.
pudding. Cool.
What's that?
Just making black pudding. Good. Cool.
That's what I was gonna say.
She turns and looks back at all of you. What are you doing? Get naked! Get on the table!
Fuck yeah! Don't have to ask. for
Orgy
flash.
time.
Wow, all right. So everyone just
Oh yeah, no, not
It's
even
a party.
second thought.
I'm off my
Someone
tits.
says
I'm-
get naked, I'm naked.
okay.
I'm naked before it even finishes. They finish what they're saying.
She pulls out this little container, little pottery container, and she pours this oozing, bleach-smelling, chunky liquid into these tiny little vials, and she brings them over to each of you, and she says, "You must drink this when I wash your body, but not before."
Oh god, it's just like college all over again.
We doing it in a
Whatever.
frat house. Is that what this is?
I've done it once, I can do it again.
This is like fucking basic, and then she started out fucking in the block.
She grabs these two sort of fork-pronged pieces of wood and lifts up the now incredibly hot cistern full of that boiling blood and all the weird ingredients that she was putting into it. And the smell that's coming off of it, it makes you want to retch initially. You can fight the urge, but mixed with this sort of bleachy smelling white chunky liquid in this little container you have. Something is not fucking right about this entire situation. She takes this little, it's like a bushel of like sage or some sort of wrapped and bound herb, and she dips it in the blood and she starts painting your bodies. And she's like, now it is time to drink for last night's morning. She's speaking these weird arcane words. So everyone drinks it?
Yep, it's down. It's down. It's
Give
gonna
me
stay down.
It's gonna stay down. Give me a willpower roll with what would be a good one? Just with wild card. Willpower and wild. No one has wild card, right?
Yeah, no one knows.
Okay. Willpower.
So 6.
6.
11.
Okay.
I'm in zone.
Jen?
Just
Uh,
give me 2 seconds.
even with nerves of steel. Wait, hold on. 2,
2. Okay. Yeah. So
let me
you
Alright.
and
check
3, 4,
something.
5, 6. What? And then nerves.
it's the
of steel.
D10 plus willpower.
Okay, 10. Sorry.
Okay.
Woo!
So, Steel, you're the only one that's like sort of trying to resist this. You cough up just a little bit of it, and it sort of splats back down on your face. You got it in your eyes. It's burning your eyes. You're just like, oh, I know what this is. God damn it! Oh fuck! And you realize that this is semen. This is some
it's
animal's sperm.
That is
I
some
would have
curdled
known that
ass.
too.
jizz.
Well, it's goat, so I don't know if you would know that.
Is there a wide range of flavor?
I really don't know. I would assume. I
Yeah.
don't know.
He doesn't know. Man can't 20.
This has more of a nutty flavor.
There's definitely tastes of the grass that it
There
was
are
eating.
hints of maple syrup in this.
You can really taste the farm.
Gross. Gross. You hear the word Belitseri mentioned. When Liam gets back, I'll have him make a roll for that. But she's just, what's not more? And you actually see her like reach over, grab this burning hot wooden coal. Like the one end of it was like sitting in the actual fire, and so it's all got the coals burning on it. And she lifts up the end that was outside of it, brings it over top of you, and you see this green fire ignite the blood mixture that's all over the top of your bodies, and your full body is now on fire with this green fire. I'm gonna need some rolls first. Liam, for you, can I get an intelligence plus or occult check? Intelligence, occult.
Okay. That would be 17.
Okay, she had mentioned Belitsari through her chanting, and that's a demon that you know that the ancient Sumerians knew as this sort of source of evil. She's sort of using that in the ritual. Now that you guys are on fire, I need to get a double willpower roll from you for fear. You're fearless, so add your 4 to that too.
13.
Nice.
16.
Oh, nice.
It's amazing how I'm so knowledgeable and got strength of will, but I'm absolutely feeble at the same time. I'm like a flipping chihuahua.
Hey, you're a complex human.
So
I'm an ankle biter.
is my
Taquito Taco Bell.
since this has to do with fear, is my fast reaction time at all gonna work? Because it's
Well, that's +5 to initiative, +1 willpower. Yes, the willpower roll.
versus fear. Okay, so I'll basically get a +1 of willpower, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what was it again?
So double willpower.
Okay, so that's 4, 5. I got 14.
Okay, so yeah, you guys you're high enough. You've gone through some shit lately. This is a Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, I just
Nothing's
gobbled some
actively
milk
trying to
time,
kill us
so
right now.
And I'm
Yeah.
on fire.
So-
It's no big deal.
We can go with it.
Just the idea of being naked, covered in blood, having just taken a shot of semen, and like being lit on fire. You're all just like, this is a great vacation. Thanks, Steele. Really, I needed this.
This is it.
Good choice in the cabin.
This is gonna happen at some point.
Yeah, this was inevitable.
Not the worst weekend we've had.
So fucked up. Okay, so after she's finished lighting all of you on fire. She sort of stands back. She's giggling to herself. She like wobbles back over and sits down. What are you doing? Get up! Watch yourselves off! Just stay here all day. She reaches over and starts drinking this sort of tea mixture.
Whatever. I guess I'll break off a little.
She tells you, you are blessed by Otto. You will not be harmed by the demon Bellitzeri. You will be protected from turning into those vile deadites. Understand that this protection only lasts as long as you do not hold the Necronomicon. Upon touching the Book of the Dead, this protection will drift away. So be wise about when you collect the book. Now, you must understand. Now you're starting to realize that your mind feels like part of it's been unlocked, or someone's been like in your head kicking down walls, like renovating or something. You feel like you sense the world a little bit differently. You feel a little bit more touched. If any of you have ever had any religious moments in your life, you kind of feel like you're having this religious epiphany that's similar to that. Any of you have, if any of you have been like really, really high, you kind of are having that.
I was going to say, kind of sounds like I'm coming down off mushrooms.
It's a very religious experience you're having, and nothing that she's saying is making 100% sense, but you feel like you're getting the gist of it, and you can understand her words at this point. Before it was sort of broken, and the sort of the ritual language she was using, you didn't understand at all, but everything she's saying at this point, you completely comprehend. You do genuinely feel like you have been blessed by some sort of God form or something to that effect. She reaches down and picks up this little basin and pours out this liquidy substance. Little leaves are floating into it. It looks like basically like tea or something. And she hands you each your own little cup, bids you to drink it. You will now understand everything that our native peoples are saying. I need to know, what is your plan to collect the Necronomicon, the Book of the Dead?
We need to confront the High Priest. He's the one that's causing this absolute chaos.
Eurigan, the High Priest of Ereskegal, the goddess of darkness and death, met the Watcher in the Cedar Forest. The Cedar Forest, when it was just a small collection of rotting trees, and now it is spreading across the countryside with each page that is completed, with each member of Kandar drained of their blood, and the written words on the page. The demons have come, and they are spreading across the world. You must stop them. You are not the chosen one. I foresee someone in armor and a helmet as the chosen one, carrying the spear that you wield, sir. Where is the chosen one?
He's gone.
Yeah, he
Check.
kind of didn't make it.
Didn't make it? You say? What
He
hope do
died
we...
in battle
Yeah, he
before
kind of.
we came here.
Yeah, he's
You
kind
watch
of.
she like leans forward and wobbles forward, grabs your cheeks and squeezes them together. Like, "Grr." He was the chosen one! The chosen one! How could you possibly do this without him?
Dumb luck, I guess.
Circumstances.
We're pretty big deals. I don't know what to...
Well, what can I tell you?
He died. Maybe you should have chosen a better one.
She like hobbles over to you, gets you like just a hair's distance away from your nose to her nose, just rotted, like bulbous and like puckered and just filthy. Her breath is just sort of washing in your eyes, making them water just a little bit. She's like, I do not make mistakes, woman! But you will have to do. She like turns around. Leave! You are blessed by Utu and Diana. Good luck.
I say thank you and go, one final question.
What?
The book that we encountered in our time, is it still out there?
The book exists in all times. It was completed. It has been written. You must stop it from being written. You are changing time. Do you understand?
Yeah. So this is
I'm
our
fucking high, guys. This is this shit for real.
kind of part of me's like, okay, let's get this book to kick the other book's arse.
She reaches into the fire that is mostly burned out, pulls out a hand of ashes, and just blows them across your faces. And the next thing you know is you're waking up outside of next to those trees with those crows just sort of hopping from tree to tree. And you're just like, you feel completely rested. Your clothes are all on and everything. You feel, you're all healed up. Any wounds that you suffered, you're gone. You still have any residual bloodlines or anything like that, but the wound itself isn't there. You feel great. Like you slept 12 hours or something, but you couldn't have.
That'll do me. So
Okay.
anything going after the last few days, I'll take it. Right. I guess we'll get back to the greenery then.
What did you say, Jen?
Oh, I just said that was rude how she kicked us.
No more questions.
Oh my God.
You must leave now. I've got my soaps. Gotta watch them. So you guys are just like, fuck it, let's go. You just head back to the granary.
Yep, whatever. On to the next one.
Got more of a sense of purpose, we know what we're going for.
Yeah. So you know that you are not the heroes that were chosen. You know that the Watcher who is behind all of this evilness came from the cedar forest that you guys passed. It corrupted Urigan, the priest of Ereskagal, and convinced him to then write the Necronomicon. He sacrificed all of the people in the village in order to continue writing it, using their blood to write it. And it has finished, and that's how you had a copy in the future. But you've been sent back in, again, it was supposed to be the chosen one, Chet, but Chet's Chet. So you're here instead of him. And, you have to somehow stop this Necronomicon from being completed to avoid what happened in the future from happening. So you're heading back to the granary. Is that correct?
Yep.
As you get to the part where the cedar forest was, you can see it's actually spread in the time that you've been gone, and it's actually into and past the water. So you're going to have to travel through it in order to get to the other side and get to the granary again.
Well,
Lovely.
This evil is spreading greater and greater. As you walk into this cedar forest, it's as if night immediately just falls. And it's like a blanket. You just walk into one step forward and it's night. One step backwards, it's twilight. So it's just this crazy experience of going in. You don't feel high anymore. You feel clarity and just completely, well rested and just perfect at this point. But you walk in, and I'm going to need a fear roll from you guys, because you can feel. You guys have encountered the Watcher already. When you were camping in the last episode, Steel, you saw it watching you, and it approached and chased you a little bit. So you know the sensation of the feeling of the presence of this thing. I think even you, Jen, noticed it at one point when you were camping and had to go pee or something. So it's that same sensation. The Watcher is here. The fact that you're holding the Spear of Destiny, which they had mentioned, it was Enkidu had mentioned, came from the tree. So whoever came in the past and fought it before created this spear from it, and you feel like the spear is being drawn back toward its former body almost. Like it needs to reunite with the Watcher. So let's get that double willpower roll for the horror feel.
So,
15.
What was that, Jen?
15.
Nice.
I got 12.
19.
Okay, so all of this is going to be subtracted. So you still, even with all of those, you all still succeeded. So good job. You're tentatively, you're scared, but you're controlling your fear as you're sort of trying. Are you now at this point? You can feel the spear tugging you in a direction. Steel. Are you going to ignore that and try to just get through the cedar forest to go to the granary, or are you going to go toward that tugging sensation?
That's a tough one. So it's like morbid curiosity. I want to go see. I mean, I guess I'll ask everybody else, like, hey, do we follow this shit or do we just go straight back to the point?
Where that's pulling, I suggest we go the opposite direction. That wants to go, because we know what we know. So the important thing, remember, time's running out. We need to get back to the granary. And
that's true. Yeah,
ready for this attack. So actually, we could use the spear. So the spear is tugging us in one direction. We know we don't want to go that way. So
yeah, we're going to totally use the spear like stinger. So anytime it pulls, that's when it's glowing when an orc's nearby. So yeah, fuck yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay, all right. So you're ignoring it. I need a let's do a willpower and getting medieval roll from you. Steel.
So it's 7.
7. So it actually leaps out of your hand, like you couldn't hold on to it with enough strength, and it just sort of flies over and then lands on the ground in a direction that it wants you to go to.
Fuck that. We're not going that way. I'm going to go pick that shit up. I'm going to try to pick it up.
As you start to approach it, Jen and Liam, you see the trees themselves animate a little bit, just slightly, but they move. And as Steel is going to pick up the spear, these trees react. So I'm going to need you to dodge an attack from these possessed tree things.
Lovely.
Yeah. It's going to be a getting medieval and dexterity.
Oh, shit.
14.
14?
Okay.
I'm sorry, Jen and Liam, you don't have to. You're just watching this at this point.
I was like, how did you
and you can communicate with them if you want, but these two trees are just striking out at Steel as he's trying to pick up the Spear of Fate. The first tree reaches out, and what'd you get again?
I got a 14.
A 14. It's one worse than what you needed. It reaches down and it like rakes you with its branches. You take 24 damage from the tree scraping at you. Damn. These things are possessed by Humbaba, the Watcher.
Open willows?
I guess that makes sense.
So the trees are actively alive. So if you're going to grab this thing, you need to grab it and run, or you need to stand up to the trees and fight them, or...
I'm getting the fuck out after that whack. That almost killed my ass.
Okay, so I'm going to need getting medieval and dexterity check for you to see if you can hold on to that spear.
So... 12.
Okay, yeah, that's 2 successes. So you grab it, you hold on to it, and you just start charging back to them, and you two just watch this tree strike your friend and like rip flesh.
Holy shit!
So you're gonna run away? What are you gonna do?
Probably go, huh?
Yeah, we're not hanging around here.
Yeah, there's no hanging around this. Fuck those guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
The trees are starting to move and uproot themselves and start to follow you, but they're a lot slower than you are, so it'll be easy to outrun them.
Jesus Christ, we got to get the fuck out of here.
They just want to hold you.
And effort.
So you
Hey,
finally...
this bloody protection. Hey, come
yeah,
on,
where is this protection? So it's protected from Belisarius.
I feel protected.
And I'm almost dead now. Like, what this was bullshit.
We got orgified for this.
Yeah, you guys almost had some wonderful experiences. So I'm going to need some dexterity and acrobatics checks to see if you can get around these trees and not fall down to get out of this little forest area.
I got a 12.
Kung Fu.
Yeah, if you want to use Kung Fu, that's fine.
Oh, okay. If I can use Kung Fu, then...
17.
17, 13.
Yeah, I got 15.
15. Okay, so all of you are successful. You're like dodging and like jumping over these roots that seem to be raising up, trying to trip you as you move over them. This forest is alive and it is evil and it wants your souls. You actually feel that great presence of the Watcher growing as you near the exit of this forest. You break through that edge. You're back in twilight. The fear drops away, but you can feel like when you reflect and look back on the actual forest edge itself, it feels like it's actively slowly but moving, spreading and expanding toward you as if it's growing. So you need to like get the hell out of Dodge if you're going to leave.
Have we anything flammable?
Can I set it on fire? I have gasoline.
I mean, you got your tequila. I got a lighter because I brought weed.
I think a wee petrol bomb. Just
If you guys want to, give me Steel, you have a fix-it skill, right?
That's true, I do.
So how are we going to do this? We're going to roll a intelligence and science, I guess.
let's piss off Greta Thunberg and start burning down some forest.
Okay, so you said what again?
I guess maybe intelligence and Mr. Fix-It.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, let's do that.
Ooh, that's not bad. So let's see. 16.
And you have Toolman, so that's
So another +1. Well, no, that doesn't.
Yeah, that's just your arm. Okay.
Yeah, that's.
So it was 16, you said?
Yeah, 16.
So that's 4 success levels. You rigged together this sort of bomb, this sort of Molotov cocktail, like explosive device. Light on fire.
Actually, I'm going to contribute a shotgun shell.
Okay. All right.
Fuck yeah.
So in that case, who's going to throw it?
And
Definitely not me.
So Jen, what was all that?
It's got the gasoline
Right.
and shotgun shells. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, just one. Just the bigger.
One. Okay. I'll throw it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm fucking
So
bored of
dexterity,
myself.
and we'll use gun fu for that.
Okay. Oh, no.
Remember drama points.
16. I don't need them. I got a 9.
That's 4 success levels.
Nice.
You throw it, you hear it
Yeah.
go into the forest itself. You hear it burst, and you guys see a light start, like the explosion of like a fire starting on the inside of the forest itself.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Should have wrapped
yes.
chainsaw chains around it.
While that's happening, I'm going to turn down, I'm going to moon the forest. Because I'm just in moments of levity and like, meh, have some of that.
Okay.
Flip it off
Yep.
the forest.
All right. All right. Piss
Fuck
off the
you,
Watcher.
spooky forest.
Fuck you,
And then
trees. All right. So are you going to hang out or are you going to hightail it?
No, we're
Yeah,
heading but we want to
Yeah,
slow
no,
the
fuck
forest down. If it's spreading, let's give it something to chew on.
Yeah. So as soon as you get back to Kandar, the city itself, you're heading around perimeter to get to the granary again along the Tigris River. And you see Enkidu, the rebel leader, sort of rise up out of the shrubs that he was behind, and he sort of waves you over as you hear this maniacal laughter coming from the ziggurat, it just echoing, almost as if there was a microphone on it or some sort of projection device for the sound, just echoing out. And this laughter you recognize as the sound of fucking Chet.
Ooh, fuck.
You immediately in your head, you're like, oh, it's that asshole.
Chosen one, my Heine. Chosen to be a
He's
dick.
So Enkidu starts speaking to you in his native tongue, but you completely understand it at this point. He tells you, there's a man who has come. He's wearing armor, a breastplate and helmet, and he says he was the chosen one, but he killed half of my rebel people before we were able to escape him. He's vile and twisted like the other Deadites. But he said he was the chosen one. You must have failed in your task to meet the witch.
No, we
Nah,
didn't.
man, we found her.
Yeah.
You can understand me. Then you did. Then you aren't protected. He sort of moves up as if to touch you and then withdraws his hand really quick. He has taken Shemnasa from me, my daughter. She helped you. You must help her. We rescue Shemnasa from Chet, from evil Chet.
Yeah, fuck Chet, man. Let's go get this bitch.
Yeah, we already killed him once. Well, good.
Yeah.
Well, did you? I mean, maybe it was this.
We didn't help him, so I mean, we inadvertently
Okay,
killed him.
all right.
Yeah.
By omission, you killed
I'm
him.
gonna stick him with his goddamn spear again.
Hey, it worked the first time.
Right up his hoop.
Yeah. Okay, so as what's the plan here? I mean, Enkidu only has a handful of his soldiers left. He's a little bit terrified. He hasn't been blessed by the witch or anything. He doesn't really want to go anywhere near it, but he wants his daughter back. So he's willing to get all of his rebels to step up and go toward the temple. But he would kind of prefer if you just did it on your own.
What we need you to do is free as many people as possible while we fight these things and get the chat.
Yeah, we gotta have an actual uprising, like to keep all the extra deadites at bay, like fucking them up.
The more blood you can deny him, the less chance he has to finish the book. So get those people freed and get the hell out of here.
This is good plan. This is very good idea. We will continue with our plans to liberate all of the prisoners, and you deal with the promised one. Yes?
Absolutely.
Do you have
Very
any
good.
oatmeal for my friend? He's hurt.
The poultice.
The oatmeal that had healed him
Yes,
before.
come inside, please, come inside. He brings you into the granary. You see the women and children, the elderly. They're the ones that are like sort of cooking and tending clothes and stuff like that. So they come and deal with the wounds and stuff. You get 1 hit point back, and you feel a little bit better.
Well, and I'm gonna go ahead and use
Rake.
Actually, can I try and help him out a bit?
Yeah, doctor and I don't know, intelligence.
11.
11 is 2 successes. You get 2 more hit points back, and
Okay.
it's all clean and healed. You don't have to worry about infection at all.
Okay, then let me do this. Okay, so
You're the tank in this.
okay, so yeah, I'm gonna go and use a damage point to get half. So that would be 26. All right, cool. Well, I'm back at 40, so I am fucking ready to bang some deadites.
Yeah,
Phrasing.
I'm just gonna fucking
let's
rape
start
that
banging.
spear.
All right. All right. Okay, so as what are you just gonna like walk right up the ziggurat steps? Like, what's your plan?
Do you know what?
Is there a back door?
There's
Not that
all-
you all know of, but most people have back doors. I don't know. I mean, do you
say
want
we
to
just do it? Because
do it? Just
at the
walk
end of
up.
the day, there's no point
full on
sneaking
frontal
around.
assault?
No.
I mean, that's the fucking least likely plan of attack. So obviously we have to do that because we'd have to be idiots to fucking just go storming straight on.
Yeah. Yeah.
We are idiots.
Yeah, we are fucking idiots.
If we proved
Absolutely.
anything
The
now,
rest of my
Chet-
tequila. I'm gonna
Evil
get
Chet's sitting there like,
Okay.
there's no way in hell these guys are dumb fucks. So let's check out the back. Let's keep a couple guys there. I'll keep an eye looking forward, but they're not coming. So he's like taking a nap, kick back, just relax, thinking, it's almost the end.
In fact, the absolute insanity of just going straight up the steps to confront them will give the rebels a chance as well, because they're like, who are these lunatics?
Yeah.
okay. So what happens here is going to be a cinematic ending to this episode where you start walking side by side up the steps. These flying demons, these deadites, come down to try to attack you, but they can't seem to get close enough to you. Something seems to be repelling them away. As you slowly start to walk up, you hear that laughter, and you see Chet step up to the edge, looking down. You hear the scream, "Ah!" of Shemnasa, the girl, as she's like sort of pushed back away from Chet. He looks down. He's like, "I see, you survived. Well, isn't that a great turn of events? The people who watched me die get to be my first victims. It's good to be bad." And that's the end of the episode. So next time we can get together, we will deal with the assault on the ziggurat with the prisoners. We'll deal with a little bit of mass combat. There's going to be skeletons. There's going to be deadites. There's going to be flying deadites. There's going to be demons. It's going to be a lot of fun. I hope you guys can tune in. Thank you all so much for tuning in with us if you're watching this live or after the fact. And each of you playing, you made this a very entertaining game. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure, man.
Oh,
Okay, well, as always, everyone remember, it's important. Evil spells backwards is live. So get your asses out there and be evil, all right? It's the rule.
Hell yeah.